Welcome to a new episode of Raw Takes Unfiltered with yours truly, Nick of Movie AV Impulse, and my man Triborough, That Ain't Rap Podcast.
Salute.
Today, we finally got Ray's documentary dropped. I would definitely leave a link down below. Very excited for the brother. I know he's waited a long time for this. We've been sharing it for the past 2 weeks. Been sharing it on Instagram as well. $5 to get you locked in for a month. Just watch the documentary and then whatever you got to do, just whatever. But we're really trying to support him. And we are going to have him back on the show. But can you let them know what we are getting into for today?
Today we are doing the top 10 discographies of 90s rappers. And these are just artists that came out during that era. Not the 80s when you had LL Cool J and G-Rap and others, but just the 90s, sticking just to that decade. And a lot of classics came out in for the 90s. And it's going to be interesting because there's some artists that didn't make my list, and for good reason. So when people say, well, why this person didn't make the list, I'm going to tell you why. So you want to go first?
I mean, yeah, we can kick it right off because mine's not in a particular order. I just named a list of top, but you know damn well I'm rocking the shirt. Okay. Fuck you, Dame Dash. First of all, let me just get that right out the way. I've never seen a hater so much. I mean, I know we're in a generation now where every chance that anybody gets to spit, piss, or shit on Jay-Z's name, they do it. But Dame Dash, please get over it. And to say that Reasonable Doubt nobody cares about, we're on the 30th year anniversary. Yeah. Okay? I don't understand where he even gets that logic, but whatever. Jay-Z to me has not in the 90s, I think he dominated more. I know most average fans will say early 2000s is when he really kicked off. But for me, I love Reasonable Doubt. I think Volume 1 was fantastic, heavily slept on. Even Jay himself doesn't like that one. Volume 2, I have my discrepancies with, but it still had hot joints, and that is what made him really blow up. And then Volume 3, to me, is just insane to me. I love Volume 3. And then you have, Rock La Familia, which some people consider not really a studio album for him, but I do because he's on every track and he's the main person, the main focus, and that still has the hardest intro I have ever heard on one of Jay's albums. The hardest intro. I mean, I love Pain. I love you. You know that. Pain, you my dude. But when it comes to a singing intro, La Familia has the best one. That takes the cake for me. So Jay-Z that's gonna be my number one and everything else. But I just wanted to get his name out the way because if you know me, you know I love Jay. And it's never going to change. I don't care what people say. And Dame, just please get over it, man. Like, you and somebody that me and Triborough know, y'all should be hanging out because y'all two will make the best of friends. Ain't going to say no names. Anyways, what do you got on your list?
Are we doing from 1 to 10 or 10 to 1?
I mean, it don't matter. Mine's not, but we could do 10 to 1. So,
all right. My number 10 is and I know a lot of people, they might not be familiar with this man's discography and his work, but he's severely slept on. DJ Quick, great producer, great rapper. I've listened to all of his albums from 91 all the way up until now. Quick is the name, and Safe and Sound, Balance and Options. He has a flawless discography for somebody that's known more for his beats than his rhymes. And when you hear joints like Dollars and Cents where he was like going at MC8, that was on the Murder Was the Case soundtrack. It was also on Safe and Sound. He performed it at the Source Awards in 95, and MC8 was there, and he had Pitching on the Party One of my favorite songs from Quick on Balance and Options. You know, you had use a gangster from Rhythmalism, great album. Just like Compton, which was a single from Way Too Funky. I think Quick to me has a flawless discography for a producer and rapper, and coming from
Mhm.
the West Coast. And he's not talked about enough. When you think of West Coast, you think of Dre, Muggs, Ant Banks. But I think Quick, for him as an artist, I think he has a flawless discography. I've never heard a bad Quick album. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And I'm like, I gotta put Quick on the list. You know what I'm saying? Because he doesn't get enough mention. So DJ Quick is my number 10.
Yeah, man. I slept on DJ Quick up until the 2000s. I wasn't huge on the West Coast rap, so
Mm,
I was always East Coast to the heart. But I did love my Snoop, my
right.
Dre, except for the corniest
Mm,
verse I've ever heard.
yes.
And I get a lot of shit for it, but I hate a creeping in, a creeping in, a creeping. That is like the worst opening and the worst verse I've ever heard from a West
I've
Coast
never heard that.
rapper. I hated that shit. So whoever Ghost wrote that for him, I hope it wasn't Snoop, but that was terrible. But I have to go back and listen to that because I forgot about
Yes.
DJ Quick. I've always just looked at him as a producer,
Yeah.
and I haven't listened to anything even from back then in a
Mm,
long time. So
yeah.
I'm gonna have to definitely
Definitely
go
dope.
back and listen,
Hmm.
especially like how you feel, like how I feel about Freddie Gibbs is how
Yeah.
you feel about DJ Quick. I don't feel like Freddie has dropped a bad project.
Right.
And I thought that would be the guy I'd be doing the next bars on, but I
Mhm.
mean Benny won by a landslide.
Yeah.
It was, I mean, not one person voted for Freddie, and I
Right.
had 40 votes
Right.
between YouTube and Instagram. Once I got it down to the two,
Mhm.
nobody, nobody. I was like, wow, y'all are really sleeping on Freddie. But hey,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do one on Benny, so that'll be up next pretty soon.
Right.
My number 9
Uh-huh.
is going to be Ghostface.
Mhm.
Ghostface. As a solo artist, along with Wu, we all know how Wu Tang dominated.
Mhm.
They still have one of the greatest breakthroughs in hip hop history.
Right.
Besides NWA, but I feel like NWA's was more because they made that song "Fuck the Police."
Yes.
I really feel, hear me out
Mhm.
before anybody bitches me out. I really feel like if they didn't make that song, it would
Mhm.
have took them a little bit longer to break through,
Mhm.
because that is what that song "Fuck the Police" is what got them really put on the map and really seen like, wait a minute, a group. So you know, but Ghostface has an immaculate. I've never heard a garbage. You cannot name
Mhm.
one garbage album. I know Bulletproof Wallets is always the
Love it.
one that people
Crazy.
don't like at all, and I
Crazy.
don't know why.
Yeah.
That album has some of the craziest lyrics on it. And
Facts.
go, I mean, it's Ghost. It's Ghostface.
Yeah.
I don't know how else to put it. You know what I mean? Like Iron Man. I'm a sophomore guy, so Supreme
Mhm.
Clientele. The
Mhm.
stuff he did with what is it? Cesar Face.
Oh, Czarface.
Cesar Face. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes. Czarface.
All the projects he did with him.
Yeah.
You know, the projects that they did with Raekwon and Meth when they had that little LP that they had out,
Yeah.
Wu Massacres.
Uh-huh. With Master.
So I mean, like everything that Ghost puts his hands on is just gonna be dope,
Yeah.
and that's my number 9. Who you got for number 9?
All right. My number 9, we taking it to Virginia. And this female MC to me picked up the torch when you had Lauryn Hill drop it after her first album. Missy Elliott to me is one of the best.
Oh
She
yeah.
she really represented for the women and female rap in the late 90s, early 2000s. And when she first started, she didn't even want to be an artist. She was a songwriter. She was collaborating with Devontae from Jodeci. They started the Basement Crew Timbaland, Missy, Aaliyah, rest in peace, Genuine, Player, Static Major, rest in peace to him. And it was actually Puff that, suggested that she should be an artist.
Really?
Yes. And when she
I
did,
know.
yes, she was doing collabs here and there. She collaborated with Gina Thompson, SWV, and he from what I understand, I might be wrong, but he was the one that suggested she be an artist, and he tried to sign her, and she didn't sign with Bad Boy. She ended up signing with Black Grand Atlantic Records. He said that's the best thing Puff did. Salute the Reg.
Salute, man.
And from her first album, Super Duper Fly in '97, all the way to now, every album that she's had has been a classic album. I've never heard a bad Missy Elliott album.
Me neither. And I think she kept right up with when she did that joint with Eminem.
Mm-hmm.
She kept right up with him.
Bust Around, yes, that was on her second album. She's a bitch.
Yeah. When you say my name, talk more.
Right.
Missy has always brought fire.
Yes.
I didn't even think of her either because she probably would have been on my list.
Right.
I don't think she's ever had a bad album.
No,
right.
Never had a bad album. She's had big hits off of every album, from the first one to the last one, to the Cookbook, and she even put out like an EP a couple years ago. You know what I'm saying? And I love her. I think she's severely slept on. She's a great entertainer. She can dance, she can sing, she can rap, produce, songwrite. She did it all.
Yeah, she wrote a couple for Sierra, did she not?
Yes, she did. Collaborated with Sierra.
And then she wrote a couple for Maya, I believe, too.
Yeah.
She was really doing her thing. And again, there's not many female artists that you could say have a great discography because I was thinking Foxy Brown, Little Kim, they don't have a strong discography. So they didn't make my list.
To me, when it comes to female rappers with solid discographies, it's Missy, Queen Latifah, MC Lyte.
Yes, MC Lyte.
That's really about it. I like Kim and Foxy wouldn't make my list. They have like one classic and
and then like one okay. Yeah. Like I like Notorious Kim.
Yeah.
And after that,
I didn't even like Notorious Kim. I love her first album, and then I like La Bella Mafia. Foxy, Il Nana, I like that, and I like Broken Sounds. I don't like China Doll. I actually had it and I threw it away. Reg knows. I didn't like it. I did not like it.
Reg, he threw away
China Doll. Yeah.
See, everybody thought I was crazy when I did that with the Murderers.
Right.
Like
that was a good album.
CD, and I was just like, the dopest thing on here is the DMX Dark Side. Boom. Oh, man.
I love
the Murderers. That album is so trash. I can't. My God. Even the Holler remix was corny, and Jay's on that.
Right.
And that shit was garbage to me.
Wasn't Bleak on there too? I think Bleak was on there.
I don't even remember.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
It's such a bad Cadillac Black was just
Cadillac
I couldn't stand his voice. And then nobody did anything.
He had a big. See, the thing is, they didn't capitalize off of the other artists. Like Cadillac Ty had a big record off of the Fast and Furious soundtrack. POV Anthem. That's when he should have came out with his album. They never capitalized off of that. You know what I'm saying? Black Child was like only doing features on like Ja Rule's albums or the compilations. They never brought him out.
Yo, now you got me thinking of that Missy Elliott song, 1 Minute Man. That shit was dope.
Yes.
Both versions.
Both versions. Yeah. She had one with Jay, one with Ludacris.
Because Ludacris described it as like a girl being a car. You know what I'm saying? And I thought that was real clever. And then Jay was just being Jay at the time.
Right.
But yeah, man, I forgot all about her. Damn. She would have made my list for real. Yeah, because I didn't even.
When you look at all the 90s,
I thought she broke through in like 2000.
Nah, it was 90s. 97 was her first album.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm out of touch when it comes to that.
and 99 was the second album. But like when you look at the 90s, just the 90s female rappers, she's really the only one that got a solid discography.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
like I said, like Kim and Foxy, I'm counting them out. Yo, I'm counting her out.
Yeah. Hardcore was definitely Kim's best.
And Lauren only had one, so she's automatically out. So
Yeah, yeah. Even though everybody calls that a legacy album.
Yeah.
Anyways, number 8 for me.
Uh-huh.
I wish that we could have got more time,
Uh-huh.
but I can't. Especially because everybody thinks I am, but I can't let like Big Pun to me when he came out was amazing.
Right.
And when I first heard him on Funkmaster Flex Volume 1, back when they had when he was doing those volumes of
Freestyles.
mixtapes,
Yeah.
yeah, like, and he was Big Dog Punisher at that point. I was just like, yo, who is this guy? Because he just shit all over Joe.
Mm-hmm.
And I liked Fat Joe back
Yeah.
then,
Yeah.
Joey Crack. I loved him back then. So, and then when I heard him on Don Cartagena, and then when he was doing everything, and his album was immaculate.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a skippable track to me at
Facts.
all, not one.
I agree.
But for me, Big Pun, I really wish that we would have gotten more time because, again, I know I said it on one of the other episodes. I think he would have been the one to bring reggaeton and more of that Latin salsa feel to hip hop music instead of Nori. Nori did a great job bringing these guys in, and now you have Bad Bunny doing Super Bowls, and I'm sure one of these days Daddy Yankee might end up doing a Super Bowl or Don Omar, but he's the one that introduced all these guys, and I feel like if Pun was alive, he would have done that because Yeah Baby, you could already tell was going in that direction.
Oh yeah.
And Capital Punishment was so dope that you just can't. If he would have still been alive, I honestly think if the big three were still alive, I don't think the rap game would be where it is now. Because you still would have had to come in like how Griselda came in and how Stove God came in and BSF still dropping bars. You have to have bars. We've always in hip hop we have always had our dance songs. We have always had our heavy D's, our our MC Hammers. We've always had those type, but that was feel good music.
Right.
Feel good hip hop.
Right.
Now this shit, I don't know what it's called anymore. Drill, whatever. I don't know. I'm old. We old. You know what I mean? That's just what it is, man. That's my mindset.
It's not for us.
Mindset. What you got for number 8?
Number 8, I have an artist that's been in the game for 30 years. He's about to drop his third sequel in of the trilogy next week. AZ, highly underrated. One of the most. I always say he's the most underrated in New York City. To me, people will say Mega. I like Mega. I don't like his discography that much though. I like some albums from Mega, but AZ has been one of my favorites from day one when you heard him on Life's a Bitch on Illmatic, and from there on he's been dropping classics. Do or Die Part 1, classic. Every track on there. Whole Happy Jackie, Uncut Raw, Give Me Yours, Sugar Hill. I love that album. Find My Classic. The second album, Pieces of a Man, highly underrated. Love that album. You got joints like Trading Places and Sosa, Hey AZ, classic. Asiatic with him and Nas on The Essence, classic. You know what I'm saying? Want to Be There was another one of my favorite tracks. You know, like he's dropped consistently, but he's been constantly been slept on. You know what I'm saying? And when you look at even mixtapes, he's dropped mixtapes that people don't mention. You know what I'm saying? Like he was dropping mixtapes in the mixtape album. That was fire. And I think this is one of those artists like DJ Quick where they have to get mentioned more when it comes to complete body of work and catalog. And I think he has it. You know what I'm saying? And I definitely want to hear Do or Die Part 3. I don't know if it's going to be great or good, but I will give him the benefit of the doubt because it's AZ.
Catch a Body Better had an alibi, yo. Oh my god, yo! As a matter of fact, that's one of the artists I was listening to today because Do or Die popped up and I can't skip it. I can't.
Mm-hmm.
I never. Anytime I hear anything with AZ, I've never been able to just skip it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Mark Nash just said, "Why Steve Style said Fat Joe was lazy." Well, if he said that, I disagree. I don't think. I think
yeah,
Fat Joe really got on his game during the 2000s,
yeah.
and leaving DITC behind to work with Cool and Dre and give him more radio hits. So I don't think he's lazy at all. He said AZ.
Yeah, no. He said it was a mistake because
Nah, I don't think AZ's lazy. I don't
no,
really. I
AZ
don't,
just AZ. Unfortunately,
mm,
we have that coming under somebody syndrome, and unfortunately, he came under Nas, not as like in a same way as Drag On or
mm.
anything like that. But that's the first time we heard AZ
Yeah, but
was Nas.
I think that, yeah, but people want. I mean, again, like people wanted to hear Nas and AZ album, just like we want to hear Nas and Primo, and Nas gave us that, and maybe he'll give us that this year. But I think the misconception about AZ was he was waiting around for Nas, because that's his boy. So
Yeah.
so it's like it's not like he don't have classics on his own. He has classics on his own,
He's
but
got
people
classics.
wasn't paying attention. They wanted to just hear him and Nas all the time.
Yeah.
You know
It's
what I'm
kind of
saying?
like a Ray and Ghost, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or Jada and
Right.
Styles. You know what I mean? You always want to hear them.
Right.
Or like back in the day, a Pun and a Fat Joe.
Right.
Or a Pun and what's his name? Hater over there. I can't remember his name, but Triple Six, all them guys.
Cuban Link.
Yeah, Cuban Link. There you go. He's another one. But I don't think AZ was lazy at all.
The thing I will say this about, I've seen a lot of interviews with AZ over the past 20 years, and people asking the same thing about him and Nas. What's the deal with him and Nas? And I feel like part of that is his fault, because it made it seem like he was waiting around to collaborate with Nas when Nas was already doing his own thing. And I felt like that was bad for AZ to do that. Because he should have said in those interviews, look, I'm my own artist. I'm my own person. I'm going to do my own thing. If y'all don't pay attention, that's on y'all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But he didn't do that, though. It was like it's like he's feeding into what the fans were thinking. Like, you make your best shit with Nas. I mean, it's not true at all.
Yeah. No. Speaking of Nas, that would be my number 7. While I know Nostradamus,
that's a minor blemish, though. That's a minor blemish.
He has 2 blemishes to me. I think Nostradamus, and I'm sorry, Try. I know you love this album, but I think God's Son was very weak. Still to this day, I still think. But from back then, you cannot deny first 3 albums. They're all classics.
Right.
I love I'm a sophomore guy. It was written. And I love Illmatic. Again, Illmatic, we all know. And if you don't know, if there's any youngins listening to us or watching us, Illmatic changed the game.
Yes.
The way that Rakim changed the rhyme structure in the late 80s.
Facts. I agree.
So anybody that says anything different, I'm sorry, you do not listen to hip hop like we do. This is probably going to be the first time that DJ Academics understands this. But Nas's Illmatic changed the game. And I think that is a big inspiration on why Reasonable Doubt got made. I think Jay seen this and was like, you know what? Yeah, I can rap about what I want to rap about now. Because if you look back at Jay from 93, 94, 95, he was, he was trying to do all that speed rapping shit and all that, and it wasn't working out.
Right.
You know what I mean? And we can thank Jay-Z for waking Nas back up.
Yes.
Because after Nostradamus, everybody was like, yo, Nas, he ain't got it no more.
Right.
And it took the takeover to bring him back out, drop Stillmatic, and fucked up the game.
Yeah.
Again,
They did.
changed the structure of rap again.
Right. Facts.
Because Stillmatic from 2001, you can hear a lot of influence from other artists on that. You know what I mean? So
Mark
thank
Nash
you,
is
Jay.
disagreeing with you.
No,
Not everybody's. But well, I mean, I agree with him because I was saying the same thing about Nostradamus, and I feel like part of that was because the planned double album was leaked to the streets, and it really messed up Nostradamus for whatever reason. It didn't mess up
yeah.
I Am. I Am was a better album, but the songs that they picked for Nostradamus, it really wasn't good for that album.
So is that what he's saying? Is that everybody was saying
He said
after?
everybody wasn't done with Nas, but I was hearing the
No,
same when Nostradamus
no,
came
I
out. Like it
strongly
wasn't.
believe
Mm,
they were not done,
right,
but they were there.
right.
They were
It
there.
was saying he got to come back after Nostradamus
Yeah,
because Nostradamus got
and
bad reviews. They got
it
bad
took
reviews.
it took Jay-Z
Yeah,
to wake him up,
I agree.
and he came out with Stillmatic and showed. And then look at what we got: All King Diseases, dope.
Right.
Magic, dope. All of them. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? N was dope.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
possibly.
and if you go back to that album now,
Mhm.
which was made what, maybe 10, it's got to be at least 10 years old by now.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's got to be over 10.
Untitled.
It's still, yeah, Untitled. It's still relevant today.
Oh yeah.
Everything that he is talking about is still relevant
That was
today.
2008. 2008. Yeah.
2008.
Yeah.
So we're looking
Almost
at
20 years soon for that.
Yeah, we're looking at 18 years old.
Yeah.
So I mean, and it's still the way he structured that album
Mhm.
was so dope. And the way that all the news clips were, put in all the right spots on that album, it's flawless.
No. He's saying like he's still dropping heat now, but
Yeah.
Jay-Z, well, if Jay-Z didn't battle him, what would he be
Yes.
dropping in the 2000s?
Yeah, he wouldn't have dropped. I don't think he would have came out with Stillmatic. I don't think there would have been a Stillmatic if Jay didn't wake him up and piss him off.
Right.
Because while Takeover was not focused all the way on Nas, just
Right.
one verse was, Ether dominated at that time.
Yeah.
So, and I can't front. I'm a big J fan, but I can't front. Ether dominated. You know what I'm saying? So again, but what is your number 7?
Number 7 is Tupac Shakur.
Mm.
Great Tupac, rest in peace, coming from Digital Underground with same song, and then dropping his solo debut, Tupacalypse Now. Had many hits on that. Brenda's Got a Baby, If My Homies Call, Trapped. Drop Strictly for My Niggas. I Get Around. Keep Your Head Up, representing 93. Then he goes to jail, and his label drops his classic Against Me Against the World, his best album in my opinion. Temptations and So Many Tears, Old School, If I Die Tonight, love that album.
Mm-hmm.
He comes out of jail, signs with Death Row. He drops a classic double album, All Eyes on Me.
Mm-hmm.
So many bangers. Ambitions as a Rider, Sets It Off, California Love, Only God Can Judge Me. There's so many. I'm forgetting the other joint. The other joint he did with Bokeem Woodbine. You know what I'm talking about. I Ain't Mad at You. Bokeem Woodbine was in the video. I Ain't Mad at You. Love that double album. He unfortunately he dies, but the same year, September 96, he drops Machiavelli, classic, Bomb First, Hail Mary, Toss It Up, Just Like Daddy. Like that whole album is classic. Like and I'm just talking about the albums when he was alive, not the shit that they dropped after he died.
Yeah.
Those were garbage, with the exception of Remember Me or You Still Down, with the exception of that. All that other shit was trash. But his albums, when he was alive, he was consistent, and he kept getting better with every album.
Yeah, I agree, and I don't know. The only thing that I can say is I think eventually, like a lot of other artists that get into it, I think he really has something when it comes to acting.
Right.
And I literally think we would have had an entire shelf to fill up of classic Tupac movies
Yes.
along with classic Tupac albums.
I agree.
But I think he would have put more focus on movies than he would of music. And I think eventually he would have left Death Row.
And he was gonna get casted as Mace Windu in The Phantom Menace.
Yep. And he was going to
wasn't Samuel L. Jackson. They picked Steven Spielberg. George Lucas wanted Tupac.
Yeah. But I still think he would have been bigger with the movie thing because that's something that everybody can relate to.
Salute. Let's go Knicks. Mark Nash says, rewind, destroy, rebuild, one mic, last days over fire, and possibly could have still been made without beefing with Jay. Yes, it could have been on that album.
It could have been.
It would have been a classic though. That's the thing.
And look, everybody has Nash. I would love to get you up here one day.
Yeah.
I respect your opinion. But again, when Nostradamus dropped, there was 2 good songs on that album. And I think I'm giving it a stretch. I'll be honest. It's a bad album. It's really bad. But Jay pissing him off just awoke the beast. I just don't think that Nas had the same passion. When you go back and listen to the first 3, and mind you, these were not back to back to back to back. These albums were stretched out. So you had what? Illmatic, 93, 94.
94, right?
Yeah. So you had Illmatic.
It was 96.
96. And then 99. 99 is I Am and Nostradamus.
Yeah.
And I think at that time, now that's a whole thing. Jay was consistent every single year for the first 10 albums of his goddamn career. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I think.
Yeah, Jay was consistent.
Yeah, he was consistent, but he was also more commercial. Nas didn't go super
every summer. He made it a point every summer to drop something.
Yeah. You know, he said it on Reminder. I know you hate the song, fuck you. But, you know, to me, I just don't think we would have got the same Stillmatic or even a Stillmatic. I don't think we would have got that. Maybe it would have been named a different thing, but I don't think we would have still got Stillmatic if it wasn't for Jay waking him up. That's just my opinion. And I'm sure he agrees. And I think a lot of Nas fans would agree.
Right.
Because after that whole beef was over, he is still continuing to make classics.
Right.
And it's not because of Jay. It's not because of anything else. It is because he has matured, he has grown, and he's not afraid to say, hey, I know I did this. I was wrong, but hey, I'm still here. So
and even after the Jay battle, he's still beefing with other people. He's beefing with Nori, who was that's one of his boys. He's beefing with Cam. Beefing with Cam, with Dipset, State Property.
Yeah.
So and he wasn't shying away from it. Beefing with 50 Cent. He had beef with 50 also at one point.
Yeah.
So he was making diss songs for them as well. It wasn't just Jay.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, it was Jay that really sparked.
Yes.
Come on, look.
I agree.
Can any of these other rappers, and this is back in their beef, can any of these other rappers held a candle to Jay? No.
Other than Nas?
No.
Who are we talking about though?
No, but I'm saying when he was beefing with Cam, 50, all these guys, when Nas was doing all that beef with all of them, none of them stood a chance. None of them.
Not Nori.
Nori, no, not even back.
Jim Jones really was the one that set it off on the Dipset.
Yes, but Jim Jones lyrically is nowhere near Nas.
No, you're right.
Fashion wise, back in the days, yes.
He was a fashion icon, yes.
Yeah, he was a fashion. Jim was the West Side Gun. What West Side Gun is today,
yeah,
Jimmy was back then. Anything that Jim was wearing, people were wearing it.
I agree.
Studded belts, all that shit.
True Religion jeans, all that.
Yeah.
ACG boots.
He started that.
Yeah.
Period.
Wale will tell you something different, but Wale is
everybody else has their own. Oh, this guy. No. And I'm sorry, Cam. When Cam was trying the competition with all this pink shit, nobody was wearing that shit.
Right.
I wasn't wearing pink.
Right.
Salmon, none of that shit. I thought it was stupid looking. You know, you just did it to be a thing. But Cam can't hold a candle to Nas lyrically.
Right.
Cam doesn't even have an ounce of an immaculate discography. That's why he's not on this list.
I like his discography is shaky though, but he has some classics in his discography.
He's got a few good albums. A few.
Right.
That's just my opinion. And Purple Haze,
great
Killer
album.
Season.
Great. I like Killer Season. I don't think it's classic though. I would say Purple Haze, Come On With Me, SDE to me are his classics. Yeah, first album was okay. It was good, but it wasn't classic.
And Come Home With Me was really dope because I think that he was really heavy with Just Blaze.
Yes,
and
that's his Rockefeller debut.
Yeah. And I think that's what really got, because when he was with Un was giving him some corny ass beats, and I give it to Cam for even spitting on them shits.
Well, I mean, he had a different producer. He had Digger.
But I mean budget wise.
Oh, budget.
Rocks, the Rocks budget was a lot bigger than Un's budget. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyways,
Mark is asking to join after we finish the list. He wants to join us.
He wants to join?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll throw the link in there. Minor, what are we on? 5?
Number 6.
6.
Yeah.
Raekwon.
Okay.
I think a lot of people hate on Raekwon's discography. But they're not listening. I think he's got maybe 2 bad projects. Everything else, Emperor's New Clothes. It's got to grow on me. I listened to it recently, but I mean, back in the 90s, like Ray was just Ray. You weren't fucking with Ray. Only Built for Cuban Links. I know people say that Ghost is the reason why that album was dope. No. Raekwon did his thing. Always held up. And he's just another Wu member. Everybody from the Wu has had their run and had their chance, but only a few have come out to be strong.
Right.
And it's mainly the core group because like Sons of Man, Killer Army, all them guys, they never really went anywhere after that. They still dropped projects, but they never went anywhere.
Right.
So it's kind of hard to tell, but I just think Raekwon has a great discography. I especially love Only Built for Cuban Links 2. It's a long album, but almost every track is fire and no skippables.
That was great.
None. I love that album, and I love that he kept that purple CD with the purple case and everything. It was crazy. I love Lost Jewelry. I thought was slept on.
Lost Jewelry.
And what's the one album that everybody was just like, that's not it. That's not it.
Immobility?
Yeah, Immobility. Is that the one that had I'm an addict for sneakers?
Yes, that's the sneakers with Pete Rock.
The album is dope.
Now let me tell you, bro. Let me tell you, I did a solo review for that years ago because I liked it, but a lot of friends don't like it. Raekwon don't even like it, and he said that in interviews. Like when he was ranking his albums, he don't like that album.
But it's the same with Jay with Volume 1.
Yeah,
I think Jay's Volume 1 was fucking fire. He let out his heart. He had joints on there. He had bangers on there. I mean, come on, Streets is watching. Friend or Foe, you know what I'm saying? Part 2 was dope.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I just,
I'm gonna tell you, I like some Raekwon albums. I don't like all his albums though. I feel because Cuban Link is his Thriller album in his discography, and it overshadows everything else. but he has some other good albums. Shaolin versus Wu-Tang that to me is his best album after Cuban Link 1 and 2. That's his best album. I love Shaolin versus Wu-Tang. But that's where and I like the album that came out last year. I like Emperor's New Clothes. I thought it was dope, and he has some mafioso joints. He has some good features. But that's where it stops. Like Lex Diamond Story was not good.
Yeah, that only has like
the Fila album. I did not like that. The Wild, I did not like that.
You didn't like the Wild?
Nah,
I like the Wild.
Like the production on that. So that's why he didn't make my list, because I'm like, it's only like a good 3.
Tonight Show. I like the Tonight Show.
Okay.
But those are. I mean, yeah, but that like Tonight Show is more of a project, not an album.
Yes,
same with
Wu had a lot of solo projects. He had a lot. A lot of them were not his stuff now. His latter albums are better than his early albums to me. Like when you listen to Keynote Speaker, Venom, those are like his 2 best albums that came way later in his career compared to his first album. I don't like his first album. I thought it was bad. I thought the RZA gave him bad beats on that album.
Really?
And he really, him and Deck really suffered, because like out of the core members, everybody else had a classic, and when you get to Deck, we had the Floods, so he didn't get that, and you got especially. That's why you got was mad at RZA for so many years, because he felt like when is it going to be his time to shine, and then when you finally get around to coming out with his album, and nobody paid attention to it, it wasn't good.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Mark Nash is also asking us, what did y'all buy that Jimmy was wearing? I bought True Religion jeans. I bought the Black Label shirts.
Okay, I had
the Ed Hardy and Christian Audigier hoodies. We had those.
I fucking hated Ed Hardy. Oh my god,
he was good for a time though. Ed Hardy and Christian Audigier, he was good for a time.
All right, so I put the link in for the StreamYard, and I don't know if you can see it.
ACG boots. I still got my ACG boots, my Nike ACG boots.
Yep.
The OG ones, not the re-release. Like they re-released it now in like some cowhide colors and shit. I got the OG ones.
Yeah, and he was also I was on the Von Dutch.
Yeah,
I loved they had the V-neck joints.
Yes.
And the hats. I didn't like the jeans, but I was on that.
Mm-hmm. I never wore one.
For religion.
They were making like the trucker hats and all that. I wasn't into Von back then.
Yeah, I like my trucker hats, man. Okay. I'm a trucker.
Oh yeah, I got some trucker hats, not Von Dutch though.
Yeah, no, I don't have any more of those. I threw them shits out. But it to me, it's more like what you were seeing back then.
Yeah,
everybody was wearing. You know what I mean?
We had the belt chains.
Yep.
Well, we had the belt chains on the side.
He copied that off of rock and roll. Ben had that shit. I was wearing that shit way back when. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was doing that shit way back when, but I was doing it because if somebody ran off of my wallet, you weren't getting too far. You know what I'm saying? I'm from the hood. You know what I mean? And I used to have the chain tucked.
Yeah.
So it wasn't hanging out like looking cool. It was just tucked in the pocket with my wallet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Until I started carrying a money clip. I still have my Gucci money clip.
We had Robin jeans.
Yeah, Robin jeans.
We had the champion with the snow cone hood. We had those.
Oh, yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like he was a fashionista. I'll give him that. Like there was a lot of stuff that Dipset was wearing that we were rocking back then.
Back then, he was the West Side Gun of the shit.
Yeah, I agree.
Because everything, like again, now West Side Gun is bringing back all that studded jewelry shit, and to me, that's not my flavor. I don't give a fuck if Gucci or Louis Vuitton gave me a special exclusive outfit with that. Right. I'm not wearing it. I'm not going out bedazzled. That's just me. This is not the early 2000s.
Right.
You know what I mean? That shit was like the Ed Hardy stuff I never got into. I hated all that. The only one that I had that had and if you don't know, you don't know, but I had a line called Disney Vintage.
I remember that.
And they had all the Disney characters, but thugged out.
Yeah.
Or they looked rich. And I had all those diamond studded shirts. And let me tell you something. Unlike Ed Hardy, them shits didn't fall off in the fucking wash. So for me, I like that. That was the only thing.
Yeah, you couldn't put it in the washing machine. You couldn't put it in the washing machine.
Yeah, no, but you could do that with the Disney Vintage because they were actually pressed in. These were $150 to $200 shirts that I was rocking with Mickey Mouse, Scrooge McDuck, Donald Duck. You know what I'm saying? Goofy, like, and they were all thugged out. So if you don't know what Disney Vintage is, I suggest y'all do your homework. But that's the only thing that I had that was studded that I actually liked. Everything else, when they were doing that studded shit, I just wasn't into it. That just wasn't me.
It got played out after a while. You know what I'm saying?
Oh God, that shit got played out real quick.
Yeah.
That shit got played out quicker than spinning rims. But anyways, what are we on? 5?
6.
6. All right, 6.
All right, my number 6 is a solo artist from a group. Sean Price, rest in peace. Helter Skelter, Boot Camp Click. This man, I've been saying it for forever. This man kept Boot Camp relevant for the last 20 years, and without him, they would have been long forgotten about. Because even though he started with Helter Skelter in the 90s with Nocturnal, but he didn't drop a solo album until like the 2000s with Monkey Bars, and he went on a run. And as a solo artist, it was only him and Buckshot that was coming out with fire for Boot Camp Click. Everybody else, ODC ain't dropped a second album. That was their last album. That was like 99. They ain't dropped nothing since then. No solo albums or nothing, right? Smith & Wesson, after The Shining, they were coming out with crap. And then they found themselves when they were dropping, some good albums with Pete Rock. Monumental was good. They dropped 2 albums with Ninth One and Soul Council. So they're making their best shit again since The Shining. But Sean Price never fell off. As a solo artist, he went on an epic run with Monkey Bars' first album, Jesus Price Superstar, which is one of my favorites. That came out in 2007. That was phenomenal. Mike Tyson in 2012. And then we get the posthumous album Imperious Rex in 2017 that his wife, Bernadette Price, helped work on. And she's now an artist herself. She's coming out with albums on Duck Down, and I think that's so dope to see his wife on spitting bars now. And even with mixtapes, he's come out with mixtapes as well. Songs in the Key of Price, which is like a paying homage to Stevie Wonder. Songs in the Key of Life, that was dope. And he's been he has a mixtape called Master P, where he was like paying homage to like the pen and pixel album covers of No Limit back in the 90s.
Yeah,
that was a dope mixtape. And he everything that this man has been on, collab albums. He did a collab album with Aguilar. That was dope. Everything he's dropped has been phenomenal. And he really, him and Ghostface, they kept their respective collectives relevant in the 2000s when everybody else was dropping crap or they wasn't dropping at all. So salute to Sean Price.
Yeah. Like I said, as a group, Helter Skelter would have made my list immediately.
Oh yeah.
I think Helter Skelter was really slept on back in the day. To answer your question, Nas, I didn't even notice, but yeah, YouGod did have solo.
He has a lot of albums. Yeah,
he does. He has 8 studio albums, and he also has EPs up the yin yang.
Yeah,
and I didn't even know that. Like Golden Arms, Redemption. I didn't even know he dropped.
It wasn't promoted.
Yeah.
And he blamed the RZA for that.
Mr. Excitement.
Yeah.
The Keynote Speaker. Yeah. See, Venom. These album names wouldn't even have got my attention.
Right.
But yeah, so YouGod does have Nash. I just did not know. I had to look it up.
Yeah.
I had to look it up. Mine is going to be
5.
Number 5 is going to be Notorious Big. We are not going to speak of Born Again.
Right.
That was not his project. That was a strictly put together by Puff bullshit.
Yeah.
To capitalize off of him.
Yeah.
But the first 2 albums, tell me, I mean, I'm a sophomore guy.
Right.
And I think a lot of that maybe has to do with the fact that because it was a double disc, maybe if that was split up, it would have been dope if he would have had like disc 1 was actually like ready to, Life After Death.
Right.
But that could have been the Life album and then part
Yeah, the
2
Death
would
album.
have been the Death.
Yeah.
I thought that would have been
Mm-hmm.
dope because then that would have gave him technically 3
3
albums
albums, right?
before Born
He could be.
Again was put out with that
But
bullshit.
he signed. Supposedly he signed. It was supposed to be a trilogy. Born Again was like the last one, and then he was
Yeah.
gonna leave and go to Rockefeller. Supposedly.
Yep. We were gonna get the commission.
Yeah.
Yep. And AZ still would not confirm those rumors.
Mm.
So I'm thinking I think everybody that was at that Monopoly game
Mm-hmm.
in Dead Presidents was going to be part of the commission.
I agree.
And I think because the Firm album wasn't what everybody expected it to be, and I think a lot of that had to do with Dre's production.
Yeah. Track masters.
There was Track Masters. Well, what Phone Tap is the one that.
Well, it was a joint venture with Dre and Track Masters.
Okay, I still like. There's a soft spot for me with the Firm album, but it's not the greatest,
No,
especially with those, and Fox. Yeah, it should have been a lot to me and a lot better.
I agree.
But yeah, Big was just. I still wish. I wish we would have got the commission because then everybody could shut their fucking mouth about how Jay wouldn't be where he is if it wasn't for Big dying.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't get that. I still don't get it. And now there's theories out there saying that Jay and Puff were in it together to assassinate Biggie to take over. I'm like, what?
At one point I thought Faith was.
Really? I didn't think that.
I really did. I think at one point his own wife. Because there's reasons. He cheated on her with Kim, got Kim pregnant. She had an abortion. Yeah. And he was continuously cheating on Faith. Supposedly, we know the rumors about Faith and Pac. If she's the widow, she would have good reason, like inherit his fortune.
Yeah, at the end of the day, he was killed.
There's a lawsuit going on right now with Biggie's estate and her because they're claiming that that Faith took money.
Yeah,
so they're suing her right now.
It's crazy, but Big is my number 5.
All right, my number 5 is Prodigy from Mobb Deep.
Ooh, you cheating.
How I'm cheating?
Because technically, all right, I got a little cheat in there too. But technically,
I want to hear how you think I'm cheating. I want to hear this.
HNIC didn't come out until
2000. I know
2000.
Right, but we're talking about artists that started in '90s. He started in '90s with Mobb Deep.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Right, Sean Price didn't come out till the 2000s either, but Helter Skelter started in '90s.
I'll give you that.
Right?
I'll give you that. I didn't
Prodigy
even catch that.
Went on another artist that went on a phenomenal solo run with HNIC in 2000 and gave us so many great and mixtapes too. Mixtapes with The Alchemist, Return of the Mac. I love that mixtape, classic. You had Albert Einstein, him and The Alchemist, classic album. HNIC 2, very underrated. The Albert Johnson album, very underrated. Like he went on a run, and he was still doing Mobb Deep albums while he was doing his solo stuff. They were doing America's Nightmare while he was solo and doing Infamy and doing the G-Unit album, Blood Money, while he was still a solo artist. So he was doing double duty, you know what I'm saying? And the Mobb Deep mixtapes, the West Coast mixtape, where they spitting over all West Coast beats, classic, right? The murder mixtape, Free Agents, another classic. I went to Harlem to get that mixtape. I couldn't find it here in Brooklyn. I had to go to Harlem to get that. You know what I'm saying? I had to go to Harlem to get that. Harlem to get that. Because it wasn't like that. Like Harlem was like the first place to have it. Nobody else had it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like he was doing both. So it was like that's hard to do. You know what I'm saying? Whereas like with Sean Price, Sean was just doing mainly his solo stuff and Rock was off doing whatever. But for Prodigy to have like a solo one with Alchemist and give us classic mixtapes, classic albums, and still do the Mobb Deep stuff, that's why he's a GOAT. And a great lyricist as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't even think about that, but I have a little bit of a cheat in mind as well.
Okay.
So,
What's your
but
cheat? Well, why do you call it a cheat though?
because technically, like the one that I have picked out, like I said, basically started in '89, but it was at
Mhm.
the tail end, and they really blossomed out in the night. So that's why Prodigy didn't cross me because he would have
Mhm.
been on there.
Right.
I do want to say Prodigy had the balls to go after Jay.
Yeah.
I respect him for that.
Yeah.
He had the balls to go after Joe Button, even
Hmm.
though I feel Joe
Yeah.
Button's killed him on Blood on
Right.
the Wall.
Hmm.
Um,
They went
and
after Keith Murray, Saigon.
yeah, he went after 50 after.
Yeah.
I mean, he
Yeah.
had balls.
Yeah.
He was gonna stand up for him.
But your thing is more of a foul than mine because if you think about it, Wu-Tang really is the only collective to branch out
Mhm.
in the 90s and still be a group. A lot of the artists on this list, they had to wait. Like Sean Price waited.
Yeah,
Prodigy waited.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah. I get it. I get it. But Wu Tang and like the members that I feel have a solid discography
Mhm.
from Wu, which it's really only two. Um, in my opinion, RZA doesn't have a strong one.
Mm.
Uh,
Not
I don't
meth.
think.
Meth
I
don't
don't
have one.
think. I don't think Meth has a
No.
strong
No.
discography
Nope.
at all. Um, but
Mhm.
my next one does.
Okay.
So my number 4 is Redman, which
Mm.
technically came out of Def Squad, all
Right.
that.
Right.
But
He's
I
a solo
really,
artist though.
yeah, but I
Yeah.
really feel like he has just one bad album, and
Mm.
that's
I
the
don't
same one.
know. I think he got more than one, but
Nah. Reggie, I think is
not just that one, but there's another one that I don't like.
Dark Side.
Yes,
Yeah,
but
that-
even with those, he still has a solid discography though.
yeah, and that's what I mean. Like even a lot of people didn't like the Blackout. You know what I'm saying?
Which
When
is
he
crazy.
collabed up
Which is crazy.
with
Method Man.
Meth,
Right.
and I feel like it was alright to me. It wasn't the
Mm.
best,
Right.
but one thing is just like Jada. One thing that I can count on from Redman, no
Mm.
matter what, even if the beat is corny,
Mm.
he's gonna have a fire verse.
Yes.
He is a very underrated. He has never spit a whack verse, in my opinion.
I
Even
agree.
when he was on the joint with Christina Aguilera,
Mm-hmm.
when
That was
he
fire.
did that dirty joint,
Mm-hmm.
man,
Yep.
Redman is just one of the goats that of like not having bad verses. He's right
Right.
up there with Jada
Mm-hmm.
because I still can't find a Jada verse that I don't like, even
Mm-hmm.
if I don't like the song.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So, and I still think Muddy Waters 2, if y'all haven't heard it yet, I
Yeah.
think
That was fire.
it's fire. And I think 10 years from now, we're going to be appreciating that album
I
and we're
agree.
going to call it a classic
I agree.
because we're still going to be listening to it. Whereas like Dark Side, we
Mm-hmm.
don't really.
I have my 10 from Dark Side that I like. I don't play the other 10 though, but
Yeah, okay. I get what you're saying. So,
yeah.
but I mean, even his little side projects that he does,
Mm-hmm.
when he was jumping on a lot of EPMD's
Yes.
joints,
Mm-hmm.
he's
Hardcore.
dope.
Yeah.
He's dope.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I fucking love Dirty.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That was
I
the
actually
song
had
back
that.
then,
That
man.
Christina album was fire. I like that
Yeah,
album.
yeah, like she
Yeah.
was doing her thing, man. You
Yeah.
couldn't front.
Facts.
You could not front.
Facts.
What you got for? You're on 4?
Number 4, I got Jay-Z. This man has classics. He has some mediocre stuff. He has some trash, but I think the good outweighs the bad with him, especially his early in his career. Reasonable Doubt, 30 Years this year, classic album from him. I love the In My Lifetime trilogy, and I'm
Yep.
glad he just kept it to just 3 albums. We didn't need a volume 4.
Yep.
Lil Wayne needs to take note because
Yeah.
he went overboard after part 3, but
Yep.
Carter should have been a trilogy. But I love In My Lifetime trilogy, the Blueprint classic, Dynasty classic album. I love the other members. Bleak was solid on there, and Beanie Siegel. You had a Mill on one of my favorite songs on that. 444 was dope. Black Album classic. He has some shit in the 2000s, but like I said, the good outweighs the bad.
Yep.
And that's why you made the list.
Yeah, I'm total opposite with M. I feel
yeah,
M has more bad albums
yes,
and he does good
I agree.
albums. Whereas J has more good albums than he has bad. And let's face it, I don't think J has like a particular horrible album, but Blueprint 2 is pretty bad.
It is.
Like the double disc is pretty bad. It does have some dope songs on it, but I think that he shouldn't have listened to Dame Dash, and he should have just came out with the version that he did come out with, which was 2.1. When he dropped that, the original, that would have been a lot better because a lot of those songs on that volume or Blueprint 2 were just throwaways.
Right.
Like you could have just tossed them in the trash.
Facts.
And then the dope ones that came out on mixtapes, like the joint Colgate Smile, I forgot the name of it already. I think it's called Morning or something.
Early Morning?
And then,
Early Morning.
Yeah, Early Morning. That was supposed to be on Blueprint 2.1. And then the original Sisters and Bitches was a lot better than the version that is on the Blueprint 2. And then the extended version of Show You How to Do This, Hun.
Yeah.
The 3 verse is better than the 2 version that we get in the Blueprint 2.
Yeah.
So to me, he shouldn't have listened to Dame on that. He should have kept it at the solid 14 tracks that he had on the 2.1 and left it alone.
I agree.
Left it alone.
Yeah.
The other one, my number 3 is Tupac. There's not much more to say. I think Pac just has such a heavy influence on both movies and music.
Yeah.
And I really think a lot of people say Juice was the one that really, but for women, I think it was Poetic Justice that really broke him through.
Yeah.
And then they started going back and listening to Brenda Had a Baby and all that stuff, because right around after Juice and all that, he started doing the gang related dope above the rim.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So Gridlocked. So a lot of those, I think it was Poetic Justice female wise that got him on the map with the females because Janet was in it, and them two together, it just made Pac even bigger than what he was. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that Pac wasn't big, but I think he skyrocketed after that. It's my opinion.
Facts.
But there's not much more to say. What you got for number 3?
Number 3, I got Nas. Love it. He had his classics, your mediocre, your trash, but more good than bad, especially now in the latter part of his career, dropping solid albums at 50 years old. And Illmatic to me is like the hip hop Bible. It was written, was a classic. I love I Am. I think that's his most underrated album. Stillmatic was great. Godson, I like Godson, very solid album. He was already awoken at that point. Untitled, love the album concept. Production was kind of lackluster, but I love the album concept. Distant Relatives, him and Damian Marley, very underrated. And then the stuff he's doing now, like the 6 album run with Hit Boy was phenomenal. Like to give us 2 trilogies, King's Disease and Magic. I really enjoyed that. And the album we all been waiting for, the Primo album. I love the Primo album. There's a lot of people that don't like it. I don't know what they were expecting, but
I don't know why they didn't like
at this point, Nas is a mogul. He's a businessman. He is 50 years old. He is not giving us 15 tracks of New York State of Mind. It wasn't gonna happen.
Yeah,
and I love the fact that Primo, he had to switch things up, you know, and just the topics on that album, like doing a song called Bouquet and saluting all the females in rap from yesteryear to now was phenomenal,
Yeah.
right? Doing the writers song for all the graph writers, and you know, paying homage to them, and you know, shouting them out. That was great. Doing a song like Nasty Nasir, Nasty Esco Nasir, and he's killing off his two aliases, and you know, like killing off the Nasty Nas and Escobar era, and letting people know like, yo, this is me now, Nasir Jones. Love that. Madman, love that beat. That whole album was fire. I don't know what people's talking about. I
Yeah.
think especially when I was like the hardest critic for Primo in the last several years, because I said like, yo, Primo had fallen off. He had a couple years where he did fall off, but he regained himself with the De La Soul album. The production he did on De La's album was great, and then doing this album, you know what I'm saying. And even with the projects he did with Rock Marcy, the Rock Marcy project was fire. I like some of the songs on the Ransom project he did. So Primo has found himself again, and this is the Primo that I love. Hopefully he don't fall off again. But Nas has had a great historic run just in the last since the pandemic, and you know, he had to be in my top 5. You know what I'm saying? Salute to, I know Freezy is a huge Nas fan, so
Yeah, but even Freezy said that album was all right, but Primo is okay.
I
You're right.
no no
See,
no I love the Nas, I love the Common and Pete Rock album. That was classic, a modern day classic. I love it, but I felt like they had to at least compete with that, or be better than that album. And I felt
yeah.
like they competed with it. I don't know if it's better. I don't know. I don't think it's better than the Common and P Rock album, but I feel like they competed with it. Like, we can have a conversation now, like Common and Pete or Nas and Primo. Which one was better? You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah. I I don't know. I thought the album was dope. I don't
Yeah.
get why everybody was hating on it.
They now, see, like if he had did that album like during the I Am, you know, Nostradamus era, then I would say we would get like all the tracks would sound like Nas's, like, or New York State of Mind. But he's
Yeah.
matured since then. Like you even said it, he's matured since then. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? Like, he
Mm-hmm.
had like a lot of the beefs that he had back then. He reconciled with these people. He's friends with Jay-Z now. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? He's friends. He's cool with 50 and Nori again. And, like, you know what I'm saying? So he's a mogul now. So it's like he's gonna give us the Primo album that we all wanted. And I felt like at times there's certain tracks that felt like that gritty, nasty Nas from Illmatic era. But then he matured. Like when you hear "Welcome to the Underground," that's a song that I hear it. I can hear the NBA playing it for the playoffs right now. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? That could be like the Knicks theme song, right? When you hear Bouquet, that's a song that he probably wouldn't have did back in the Illmatic era.
No.
He's paying homage to not just the old school ladies of hip hop, but the new ones as well. You know what I'm saying? They need
Yeah,
to
it
get
was
some.
well
Even if you
structured.
don't like, even if I don't listen to Sexy Red and I don't like Megan, he shot them out. There's an audience for them. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And I felt like he paid homage with that album. That's why it was so dope to me. You know, so you know, he did what he needed to do.
Yeah. I agree. I definitely agree. What are we on? Number 2?
Yes.
Mine is a little bit of cheat.
Okay.
Technically started in '89,
Mm-hmm.
but I think another very underrated, and maybe it's because he's from Massachusetts. I don't know. But Guru, even I forgot how dope
Mm.
Guru really is, especially
Okay.
like Guru has solo projects, but
Yes.
then when he's teamed up with
Primo.
Preem,
Yeah.
then you have Gangstar.
Gangsta. Yes.
And Gangstar's first album,
No More Mr. Nice Guy. I didn't like it either though.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm a
It was an
sophomore.
evolution of Primo's production.
Yes, and I'm a sophomore guy when it comes to Gangstar,
Uh,
and I just think that you would be hard pressed from, I say, '91, I believe, is when their solo joint
yeah, I think it was
came
91.
out. '91, the sophomore album, but like to try to find a garbage album from then to, I'd stop at like 2010. But as far as like having a discography that you can put on and listen to, especially when he did the jazz projects, when he did all
Jasmine
those
Taz,
volumes,
yes,
those were dope.
yeah,
And those were more separate, different production, different
yeah,
producers. So he really experimented there. But when he gets with Primo, Mass Appeal still being their biggest song, but
yeah.
like
Not,
it's
that was hard to earn.
hard to
94.
earn. Yep.
Yes.
But I mean, Moment of Truth was
Classic
just
album.
dope.
Yeah.
And to find an album that you can even rank under 70, you can't.
Right.
It wasn't until about the mid 2000s, like 2009, 2010s, where I feel like they just really started to slip. And I think Guru was really having a hard time trying to find him.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But as far as everything else, I think he's a legend in hip hop, and he did amazing.
I like the Owners. I think the Owners was like their last true album. I'm not counting the posthumous album, but
Yeah.
the Owners was 2003. That had Right Where You Stand with Jadakiss, one of Jadakiss best verses. You had Skills.
Yeah.
That was a solid album.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So I do agree. Like the Gangstar had a run. I love the fact that Guru incorporated real jazz musicians
Yes.
through the Jasmine Taz projects.
Yes.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
what I'm saying. Like
yeah.
they're amazing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And again, anybody can, once you make a beat, you can call any band that's talented and have them replicate the beat and still rap off of it. Look at what Jay, Linkin Park, and all that shit.
Yeah.
But to have them literally almost, listen, you guys make the beat, I'm gonna rap to it.
Right.
And you can hear that passion in it, especially on volume 1 and volume 2.
Incorporating Ronnie Jordan and Lonnie Liston and Donald Byrd and Dia Davenport from Brand New Heavies, Branford and Marsalis, like they're sampling those jazz musicians and having those jazz musicians be on Guru's albums with them. I thought that was dope.
Yeah, it's definitely dope. So I want to give a shout out to anybody who doesn't know who Guru is. Just look up Gangstar. If you're not into a jazz thing, you probably won't like the jazz projects, but he's got other joints that he did solo as well. But his real strong points are with Print. You know, it's just a given. They made Gangstar and they're dope. So Gangstar is okay. I can't take you today, man. I really can't. I don't know. I mean, like I said, maybe it's because he's from Massachusetts and y'all, you know. What's your number 2?
Number 2 is Redman, Reggie Noble. A great discography. I loved his first album, What the Album, 92. One of the best albums from that year. Highly slept on. Dear, I have my issues with Dear. I just felt like Dear was just too dark and it was depressing. And he was depressed at that time. He lost a friend that died. The majority of the production was done by him and not Eric Sermon. Yeah. But I do like there's also some good songs on that album. Muddy Waters, he came back though. Muddy Waters in 96 was a lot of people say his best album. I thought it was a great album.
It's a great. I don't think it's his best, but it's a great album.
What would you say is his best album though, if you have one?
To me, I think when he dropped Doc's the Name. I think that's his best album.
That's slept on. That was a good album. That was a good album. Yes, Doctor Name 2000 was great. I got that for Christmas that year when that came out. Great album, underrated. I like Malpractice. A lot of people shit on that album. I thought Malpractice was like Malpractice was like the sister album to Doctor Name. A lot of the skits, a lot of the characters from Doctor Name is on Malpractice.
Yes,
Eric Sermon did the majority of the production on both Doctor Name and on Malpractice. It was delayed. It wasn't promoted right, and I was on that Street Team for Def Jam, and it wasn't promoted right. They only promoted the Let's Get Dirty single, which is an anniversary today for that single, ironically. Um, but I like it. I like my practice. I like Red Gone Wild, another album on Def Jam that they didn't promote. That was dope. The Reggie album, not so much. Didn't like the
Yeah,
Reggie
not so
album.
much. Reggie and Dark Side are really the
Yeah,
ones.
but a lot of his fans think There's a Dark Side was a classic. I'm like,
Yeah,
that's
I
cool.
know.
For me, it's not. I've never liked it, and I've had it since for 30 years. I don't think it's a classic. There's
Yeah,
some good songs on there, but I don't think it was a great album. But
Doc's the
um,
Name is my favorite. I think
uh,
that one,
uh,
everything, start to
the
finish.
mixtapes he came out with mixtapes, the Gilla
Oh,
House
God.
mixtapes with
Yep.
his artists. He had artists on there. Ready Rock. I forgot the chick. There's a female on there as well. So he had mixtapes. The stuff with Method Man, Blackout 1 and 2, great albums. Muddy Waters 2, long awaited sequel, and he stuck within the theme and the universe of the first one. And I love the production on that and the features, and he's been dropping singles left and right from that album, and he's dope. Like he's a legend. Definitely needs to be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's definitely needs to be in the Hall. He needs to be in the Writers Hall of Fame.
Yeah, great lyricist.
Yeah, he's a dope lyricist. Redman is definitely a top 100. Yeah.
No, we didn't. We're not doing groups today. We're only doing like solo artists. Some of them are from groups, so we don't have Mobb Deep.
Yeah, I was gonna say you mentioned Mobb Deep, and basically I mentioned Gangstar, but Primo didn't rap. It was all Guru. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So to me, it's a eh. All right, my number one you already mentioned.
Oh.
I think this is one of the most underrated rappers of all time, and that's gonna be AZ. I listen. I don't think he has a bad project. I really don't. Yes, does it take him 2, 3, sometimes 4 years before they'll drop another project? Yeah, it is. But when he drops it, it's dope.
Yeah.
And I think he's highly slept on. I don't think we needed a Do or Die 3.
Me neither.
We both agree on that. Yeah. But I just hope it holds up to what Do or Die was.
Right.
And Do or Die 2. Because Do or Die 2 is still fired. I still get that at 80 out of 100.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think it had great production. It was fire. So I hope it lives up. His last album before that dropped last year, he was on some grown man shit, letting you know real facts. I did a whole video about AZ, how he's underrated.
Yeah.
The Firm album wasn't what everybody wanted it to be, but it still has its tracks.
That's some joints, yeah.
Yeah, it's still got its bangers. So I just think that he's highly slept on. Yeah, highly slept on.
I agree.
So, but not much more I can say that you haven't in the beginning of the episode. So what is your number one?
My number one is Ghostface Killah. Ghostface Killah, I've said this many times on different platforms. He has the most consistent discography in Wu-Tang Clan.
Yes.
He's
the most discography, period.
Right. It's not Raekwon, it's not Method Man, it's not RZA, it is Ghostface.
Yeah.
This man has kept them relevant by himself.
By himself.
The whole band on his back for the last 20 years.
And can we just say, because everybody disagrees with me on this, but I think one of his most underrated and slept on albums, Pretty Tony.
Definitely. Love it.
Oh my God. Yo, Pretty Tony is so dope. Yeah. And everybody's like, no, it's not.
That Pretty Tony, I think Pretty Tony was the Def Jam debut when he left from Epic Records to Def Jam. You know what I'm saying?
What you mean, who?
I know Unc is saying not Ghostface.
Yeah, no, listen.
Look, if you listen to all his albums, you will see what I'm talking about.
Yeah. See, the problem is that, well, Unc is in our age range, so you know what I'm saying, and he's into hip hop, so he can actually.
Yeah. Yes.
The problem is when back then when artists were dropping music, even R&B artists, songs were long. Do you remember 5-6 minute R&B songs?
Yes.
With bridges in the middle for a minute and a half, or solos in the middle for a year. You know what I'm saying? We were accustomed to long albums.
Right.
If an album wasn't 60 minutes or more, I used to question the rapper's ability.
Right.
And now it's whatever. Now
It's
it's
shorter.
32-minute album, and everybody's calling shit classic.
Right.
You know, like the new BSF with Benny, Ashes in the Safe is a great album, but it's like 28 minutes. I want music. I want to be able to put something on where, you know, by the time I drop my ramp and go into my trailer and start gathering up the food for the customer,
right,
and bringing it down the ramp, I don't want to be done with the album already.
Right.
And that's how I feel nowadays. You know, Conway, the last album he put out was actually a pretty good long project.
Yeah.
And I was happy for that. I was like, thank you. Like, at least somebody's giving us a 16, 17 track banger.
Right.
You know, nowadays that's so hard to find because the attention span is, give me a 2-minute song. I can't listen to anything. No, it's too long. They would have killed themselves.
Facts.
If the kids today were living back then, they would have killed themselves listening to just an R&B song.
No, we just doing just artists that came out in the 90s. Heavy D and LL came out in the 80s.
Yeah, that's why they came out in the 80s. That's
like if we do an 80s list, they'll be on there.
But
Heavy D will be on there. I don't know about LL because
I'm about to say for me, Heavy D would be on there. LL has 4 good albums in his entire discography.
I don't like his discography is shaky.
Yeah. The one thing I'll give L is that he's always done what he wanted to do.
Right.
That's the only thing.
That's not good. He needed a Steve Stout to tell him, like, yo,
yes,
you want to do this Definition album with Timbaland?
Yes. No. And if you want to hear my 2 favorites, GOAT and Mr. Smith. Done.
Mama Said Knock You Out is his best album to me. That's his best album.
That's the classic to me. That's the classic. But Mr. Smith was fire. And I do like The Force. Q-Tip killed production. So loved it.
That was good.
Yeah, The Force was really good. But I mean, and then GOAT. Because GOAT was when he was
that's a 25-year gap from GOAT to The Force. He was dropping crap since then.
Yeah, I know. Phenomenon was terrible.
You can't make my list for that.
No, LL would never make my list. Heavy D, on the other hand,
Heavy D definitely
would have made my list if we were talking 80s. Yes, but it's hard because.
But I'm talking about like that was L in his prime, right? After 95, what did he do other than GOAT? GOAT was 2000. In between, you had that Phenomenon was crap.
Yeah,
that album was crap.
And I feel like he was trying to focus more on movies.
Right.
You know, he was doing Deep Blue Sea and Halloween and you know, Into Deep. Like he was really focusing on movies, TV shows. I think he just got signed up for
NCIS. He's coming back.
Yeah. So it's like,
right, but he was in his prime in the 80s and 90s until after 95, right?
Yeah.
Phenomenon comes out. It was
even Mama Said Knock You Out is definitely his classic album. That's his best. I think Mr. Smith is right next to that, and GOAT. Everything else from the 80s.
I don't see. GOAT was good. That was his last great album before the Force.
Queens got the vets.
Right.
But Queens.
That was 25. That's 25 years of him giving us.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? But GOAT was good. But to me, I love Radio. I think Radio's a classic. Big and Deffer was fire. I like his early stuff, early 80s and 90s L up until 95. After 95, he was giving us crap, right? GOAT was like the last solid one. And then we got to wait 25 years and go through all this shit that he was doing with Timbaland and with Swiss Beats and everybody else to get to Q-Tip.
Yeah.
So you can't make my list for that.
No. And he wouldn't. And for anybody to, you know, I'm saying if you thought Ghostface was bad to put on this list, you're out your mind.
Nah,
Ghostface has been consistent.
Every album, even the underrated ones, like
every album.
Ghost Dini, the whole R&B album.
Oh, yeah. Fire. Ghost Dini, dope. Again, Pretty Tony, dope.
Fish Scale,
Free Clientele,
fire.
Come
on,
you
don't have a bad album, bro. Like the albums he's done has been great.
Even the I went back and listened to the Wizard of Oz joint.
Yes, Ghost Dini.
It's dope.
Yep.
And then you got. Again, Bulletproof Wallets is the one that everybody for some reason hates.
That's crazy.
Go back and listen to that album now. Crazy. It is fire. It is heavily slept on.
Oh, yeah.
heavily slept on.
The Forest song. You got Alchemist on there on the Forest. The
Yeah.
Jux. Ghost Flowers. Come on, man.
Yeah.
What we talking about here?
And we got Capadonna on there. You got you got all your
Acorn on there, Method Man on there.
Everybody's on there.
Yeah.
Everybody's spitting bars.
Yeah.
And then when he was popping up on other Wu projects and doing some Cobra Clutch.
Yes.
When he was on Killer Bees, Cobra Clutch was the best song on this shit.
Yeah, on the Swarm.
Yeah, on the Swarm. And that was just him. Cobra Clutch was just him. You know what I mean? So, Unc, I would never agree with you on that. No, Busta is not on this list. No.
Nah.
Busta,
I thought about he was borderline, but Busta, again, like his 4 first albums were good, and then 2000s coming, start giving us crap.
Yep.
I can't put him on the list.
Yeah, I can't.
You know what I'm saying? Same with Eminem. Eminem, the first 3 Aftermath albums were great, and then he started giving us crap. I don't like Encore.
Yeah.
Encore was not good.
Again, he has more bad than he does good. And I feel like that with Busta. Busta has more bad than he does really good solid. You know what I mean? Even his mixtapes were corny. Like, I used to see stacks of his mixtapes, but like D Block mixtapes, G Unit mixtape, Diplomat mixtapes, you didn't see. You had to go be there that day. Yeah. If you weren't there on Tuesday, that's when my guy used to come back from New York, was Monday night, and he would open the shop up Tuesday morning. If you were not there Tuesday morning, anything D Block, Dipset, G Unit, anything Rockefeller back then, anything that had Hot 97 freestyle stamped on it, fabulous mixtapes back then, gone. Gone. But Busta, whole stack. So he would have never made my list.
Do you have any honorable mentions?
The only one that I would like, because I didn't include him, was Prodigy. I definitely. I just didn't consider it because and like somebody like Fredro Starr and like Sticky Fingers, they're dope as a group. They're not dope solo. So
see, I think Sticky's first album
was good.
Black Trash was great. Yes,
and I love the Courtroom with Raw Digger.
Raw Digger was on that.
Cannabis, him, and then who was the judge?
I think it was Redman that was a judge.
Okay, I know it was somebody else that was the judge, but that album was good. But like as far as any projects, anything structured, there's nothing.
No,
you know what I mean. But Prodigy, I would definitely. I didn't even think he started in the 90s.
Right.
We won't talk about Juvenile Delinquents.
Juvenile Hell,
Juvenile Hell, but. But after that, their sophomore album is just classic. Hell on Earth, classic. Even when people thought that Mobb Deep was putting out trash, I still thought there was at least 6 or 7 songs out of a 15-track album. That's still pretty good.
Right.
Nowadays you're lucky. Artists can have a 32-minute album with 25 songs. Each one is like a minute and 45 seconds. And you only get 5 good tracks.
Right.
So
I got a couple honorable mentions though.
Go ahead, fire roll.
Scarface from the Ghetto Boys. Gotta include Scarface. Last of a Dying Breed, The Diary, classic album, The Fix, The Untouchable, even his latter stuff, Emeritus and Deeply Rooted was solid albums, very slept on. So I had to mention Scarface. DMX, rest in peace DMX. He almost made the list.
Yeah, he almost made
the last 3 albums I didn't like though. The Undisputed, Year the Dog, didn't like those. Nope. The Exodus was okay, but that's like the posthumous album. But in his prime, from the first album to Grand Champ, he had a run. But he's honorable mention. Common, again, I love Common's early stuff. Resurrection, One Day It All Makes Sense, highly underrated album. Like Water for Chocolate, B, him and Kanye and Dilla's on that album, classic. Finding Forever, I like it, very underrated. but then he started to tail off though. He started a lot of those albums I didn't really care for. But he came back with Pete Rock and gave us the Auditorium Volume 1 classic modern day album. Styles P, the Locks, the best member in the Locks when it comes to discography. The most consistent. This man has done his solo albums. His first album, Gangster and Gentleman, classic. Super Gangster, another great one. And he's done collab EPs and albums with Currency, with Dave East. He's great. Like he's the most consistent from his group. It's not Jadakiss. Jadakiss, great lyricist. He's not consistent with his.
So. And I think Styles is always. Well, again, I did the bars. Thank y'all because that shit exploded. That video really went big for me. So I appreciate it. I put in a lot of work on that. It's not, the thing with the bars segment, because I got asked why I only do like a few a year, because it's very hard to determine what somebody else is thinking because everybody has a different outlook on it. So like my outlook on the way I broke down the certain bars might not be the same way Triborough looks at it. Triborough might say, well, I seen it in this light. You know what I mean? But as far so far, all my bars, the ones I did on Big L, Big Pun, and Jadakiss, and then now Styles, they've all been, nobody's really argued the fact that that's not what that means, or that's not this, or that's not that. So I appreciate it. Benny's up next. I'm trying to pick out which 2 albums and then go with another voting block because I really want the audience to get involved. And my 2 favorite albums from Benny is Tana Talk 3 and The Plugs I Met Volume 2. So it's going to be one of those 2 albums. I kind of hope that people pick Tana Talk 3 because I really want to break that one down. That has a lot of knowledge in it. But other than that, Styles, I should have mentioned him as well.
And I got one last one. This one almost made the list. His discography is 50-50 to me. Snoop Dogg. He has classics. He has classics. It's not just Doggy Style.
He has one classic.
No, that's not
he has one
not true.
classic.
He has him like Raekwon has this Thriller album, which was Doggy Style, right? After Doggy Style, I'm skipping Dogfall. Dogfall was not a great sophomore album. Okay,
I don't know why
I've heard a lot of people say that it's not a great sophomore album.
Not a great album.
But he made his best 3 album. He had a 3-album run on No Limit, and I wasn't even a No Limit fan, but I was listening to Snoop Dogg on No Limit. Right, those albums were fire. Last Meal, probably the best one on No Limit. Top Dog was classic too. Right after the No Limit run, you get into like he changed labels. He was going to like different labels, Priority and Universal and all that. When you listen to what's the album? The album with Beautiful on it. That was Paid the Cost to Be the Boss. That was solid album. R&G, Rhythm and Gangster, another solid album. Blue Carpet Treatment might be a classic. I loved a lot of the songs on that album. Then he has his shit. Ego Trippin' was trash. Okay, Malice in Wonderland was trash. Documentary, mediocre, but he has some joints in there. Reincarnated, that reggae album where he called himself Snoop Lion and went to Jamaica and did that album. That was trash. That's not even a Jamaican album. Bush with the Neptunes, really like that album. Very solid. Kool-Aid was trash. He has hits and misses, but it's 50-50 because like it's like the I can't even say the early stuff because like he can drop an album now and it might be fire, but then the next album will be trash. So he's like kidding. He's not consistent. The only time he was consistent was with No Limit. But I don't feel like he has just one classic album. I think that's what the mainstream casual fans will say. Oh well, he got Doggy Style and that's it. You have to. I've listened to all his albums. You have to go through his shit because I'm telling you, he has more than one great album.
I can't sit through a whole Snoop album. I can't. Look, I'll give Snoop Dogg one thing. He has always came out with singles. He's always had the singles game locked down when it came to coming out with singles.
Well, so has Drake though. So is he Drake?
Drake don't write his own shit. End discussion.
I understand that. I'm saying
End
Drake
discussion.
comes
He's
out,
not a lyricist.
I know it. I'm saying Drake comes out with hit singles too. When it comes to his albums,
He
people
doesn't
don't
have a
talk about his
strong.
albums. They talk about his singles.
Yeah.
I don't look at Snoop Dogg like Drake though. Like to me, Snoop has great albums, but they only focus on. It's like the Nas syndrome when Nas was celebrating, doing all these pop-up events and stuff for Illmatic, and then people wanted more celebration for It Was Written. And why you not celebrating I Am and Stillmatic? It was the same thing for Snoop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I still think I still think It Was Written is slightly better than Illmatic, but
right. But there were fans that was saying why you're not doing celebrations for your other albums like you celebrate Illmatic. The same thing goes for Snoop. He's celebrating Doggy Style. You're not celebrating the No Limit Run. You're not celebrating Blue Carpet Treatment or Rhythm and Gangsta.
I'll go back to the No Limit because I did like fuck the mother.
Yeah.
I did like it when he was with No Limit. And No Limit was the only label to step up to Death Row back then.
Right.
There's numerous. Master P was not scared of nobody.
Nobody.
I will give him that. They might not have made the best music. They've always had like bangers, like singles.
Right.
But as far as like Master P wasn't afraid of nobody.
Right.
Nobody. And that's crazy to me.
Yeah.
If you really think about it, that is insane to step up to Death Row.
Right.
Back then.
Yeah.
And Snoop, while Snoop was in a car hiding, Master P was the one that was like, yo, I'll fuck up everybody in this shit.
Right.
And everybody backed off.
And it worked out for the best.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But I feel like Snoop we have to kill that narrative that Snoop only has one great album. He doesn't. He has more than one. It's just that he's not consistent because
I'll do you a friend favor.
You might hate me after you do that. Don't do that.
And I will put myself through the
the No Limit album. Okay.
But I'm not doing. I can't do any of this other bullshit that he has. He's got great singles, but after the singles, there's nothing. There's Doggy Style. I do like Murder Was the Case.
Soundtrack. That was a soundtrack though.
Yeah. Okay. So that was a soundtrack.
Yeah.
So then again, singles. I'll go back and listen to the.
Okay, you know what? You go back and you listen to the No Limit 3 album run, and we could review it. We could talk about not all of the album. We could like talk about our favorite tracks from each album.
Okay.
And what you thought your initial reactions to those albums? Because I've already heard them. Like some of them I have already, so I know them, but you haven't heard them. So I want to know your initial reaction to them.
All right, and again. I think he's always gave us a radio hit, at least 2 or 3.
Yes.
Always. Yeah. And I respect him for that. It's the same with LL. LL can produce a fucking radio hit like that.
Right.
He knows he's got the ear for it, but then he trails off and goes on whatever path he wants to take.
Right.
And that's where he fucks it up. Yeah. Phenomenon could have been a dope album. Mm-hmm. But there was one good song on it.
Exactly.
And it could have been like the heat that song 413 brought.
4321
was so dope.
Yeah.
And then the rest of you're like, what is this?
Right. And that's what he was doing. That's what he was doing in the 2000s. You listen to 10, it's like 2 good songs. The rest of the album is crap. Definition, one.
You went ghost. You went ghost for a minute. There you go. You're back.
I was just saying like that's what L was doing for like a lot of those albums. It's like 1 or 2 good songs. The rest of the album is trash.
Yep.
Right? I'm not a big fan of Headsprung, but that's like the only hit song from that terrible Definition album.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he had Timbaland doing the whole album. Like, how is Timbaland? How are you giving Justin Timberlake and Missy Elliott hottest and Nelly Furtado hotter beats than LL? Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah. And what's crazy is I remember when something like a shark fin came out, I was like, yo, L's done. L is over. It's done. It is done. I don't care if it was for a movie soundtrack. What in the fuck were you thinking?
See that shit?
Yeah. And I was just like, yo, L, I'm sorry, but I can't do this anymore. I can't keep defending you. You know what I mean? And then he hit us with the GOAT. So
is Mark Nash here? I haven't seen him.
No, but I was looking for him.
Mark, where you at, yo? You said you wanted to come on. Yeah, there you is.
Yo, pop in real quick. I starred
I love LL, but he has 25 years. We have to wait for a good album. That's insane.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't.
You said no. The link is in the chat.
Yeah.
You said there's no link.
I'll send it again. What channel is he watching from? Is he watching from yours?
I don't know.
Hold on.
It don't say like we all go live at the same time. I don't know.
Yeah, I know, but some people watch from your channel, so I'll go under your name real quick.
Okay.
And I will paste.
There you
Try
go.
that.
There you go.
Because I control all destiny.
Unc, you want to come on here too?
No. I don't need another 2 hours. Not today. You gotta remember, brother been up since 12:30.
Right.
So we're almost going on.
Well, whenever y'all go live, just send me the link. I'll join you.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
They call me Big LA, Big Philly, Big Money, Big Willie. No, when that nigga said my head is like a shark fin, I was like, yep, I'm right there with you, Ev.
I was done.
I'm right there with you, G's. Like, when I heard, I was like, no. And heads from. We about to get a heads from.
Yep. I was done, man. I was totally.
He spoke about that. He was sneak dissing Tim when he said, yo, I ain't paying $100,000 for beats with a producer in there bobbing his head all crazy, got you thinking you got one, and you don't. I was like, yeah, that was Timberland. He been there bobbing to the beat all hard.
Yeah, you could put on any beat, and he was banging his head hard.
Yeah, man.
What did you want to come up here and debate?
Oh, I don't even want to have no debate. Just a conversation.
Okay.
Yeah. Not no debates, man. I really hate debating, actually, man, because it seems like when people debate, they shut down a part of their brain for deductive reasoning, and it's all about a win. Like, I got to win this conversation, so I don't really want to debate. You know what I'm saying?
No, I mean, a lot of people, when we do these things, they'll get, it's a lot of brave warriors in the comments. And then I'm like, well, come up then. I mean, I respect your opinion, like with Try given, I wouldn't even have given Snoop Dogg an honorable mention, but Try likes him. Now, again, to me, Snoop had one good album and that's it. But that's to me. I know there's Snoop Dogg fans. My wife loves Snoop Dogg, but she's not going to sit there and listen to a whole album. She just likes his singles.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So a lot of the times when I say something, or like what Justin just posted that Dame said, first of all, again, fuck Dame.
He's crazy.
He's a crybaby. I don't know how else to put that.
I would debate you on that, though. Not debate, but come on, bro. Why do we have to, as fans, say fuck Dame? He ain't do nothing to us. Aren't we making it too personal just because we don't like his opinion about somebody that he knows better than all of us?
But when you see him in interviews, it's like he's talking about everybody. He said Ralph Lauren, the reason why you don't see Ralph Lauren in his ads is because he sounds like a Jew. Like, you don't think that's like some hateful like stuff he's saying?
Hold on, you said that again? I ain't hear you, Try.
He's saying, like, there was a podcast he was on, and he's talking about the fashion industry, and he's saying about Ralph Lauren. You don't see Ralph Lauren in his own ads because he sounds like a Jew. So you don't think that's like
you said because he sounds like a Jew?
That's what he said.
Yep.
That's what he said.
I don't know if that's true or not true. But I don't think that makes me say fuck Dame though. I'm not Jewish.
But it like it's little things about like people he used to work with that he had a relationship with that he's it's like hate speech, like Currency. He talked bad about Currency. He talked bad about Jay. He talked bad about Beyonce.
Yeah, but to be fair, he knows these people. He's done business with them. If he says his feelings about somebody that he knows intimately and has business with, that shouldn't make us as fans say "fuck him," right?
Okay, like
Why do we have to personalize it?
First of all, I was never a Dame fan. Second of all, I don't feel like I didn't like Dame Dash.
I mean, are you talking about his personality, or are you talking about
what ignorant.
he did for? But who cares? Like a lot of these, like a lot of people could be rude or ignorant. I'm gonna go back to what Tribe was talking about the other day. Can we separate the personal things that we don't like about about an individual's persona, and like as an executive, what he did for Rockefeller, you gotta like him.
Yeah,
you ain't gotta like his personality, his persona, the image, the character of Dame Dash, but the executive at Rockefeller taking a pebble and building a rock. Like, I mean, you gotta respect him.
I do, but hear me out. He got offered buyout just like Jay did. For him to be so mad, like Jay don't even talk about Dame. And when he went up for his speech, when he got into the Hall of Fame, he had nothing but nice words to say about Dame, which if that was me in my position, I would have literally said, thank you, Dame, for what you did. But the rest of it, we're done. Like, I can't sit by if me and Tribe built this thing, right? And we get bought out. And let's say it's a 60-40 split. I'm not doing the deal. I'm not going to take 60 and try to take 40 or vice versa or any of that. If this was going to be a huge platform and turn into something crazy, right? And we get offered to get a buyout, somebody else wants to take it over. If me and Try agree on a 50-50 deal, we out. And we'll start a whole new one. I don't get why he has to be such a hater. Jay don't give a fuck about you. Beanie don't give a fuck about you. Nobody cares. Everybody gets every single second that people can make fun of Dame, they do it. Every single second somebody can piss on Jay, they do it. And why?
Go ahead, Trey.
Let me say this. Like, personally, like I promoted on the Rockefeller Street team in 2001, and they were nice to me. So I have nothing bad when it comes to Dame Dash. He looked out for his street team members and everything. I think the thing, I don't have no hate for him. I think when I see him in interviews, it's like the cockiness, and like when he was on that podcast recently, he was like, "Oh, I'm the first nigga to wear long socks, and I put you all on to long socks," and he was like, my wife makes my jewelry. I don't go to Jacob and everybody else. My wife makes my jewelry. He told Kanye, he was like, he's telling Kanye, why you want to wear another nigga's name on your back? Start your own company. So he put the idea in Kanye West's head to become his own fashion designer. That was Dame, right? Because he saw how when Kanye first came to Rockefeller, and he's like, oh, Kanye was wearing NBA jerseys and polo. He was like, you ain't fly for wearing that. You got another nigga name on you. Like, start your own label and be fly your damn self. It was him that gave that idea to Kanye. Huh?
But look how long it took Kanye West.
I know.
And if it wasn't, hold on. And this is a proven fact. Rockaware got where it was because Jay, not because of Dame.
I disagree.
Jay is the one that promoted it, put it out there, because look at CEO. Tell me, name one person that has bought CEO.
But
when he bought Skechers went out of business. Not Skechers, Pro-Keds.
Pro-Keds, yeah.
It went out of business.
But he talked about that too, because he tried to buy just Pro-Keds, and the way that they set it up, it was like other labels in the group that they had, and he didn't want to buy the other groups, so he had a falling out with Pro-Keds, right? But when you think about Jay, had to be his artist. He had to be his own artist and focus on the music and not just the business side. That's where Dame comes in, because if you look at the backstage movie, when they went on tour And he had beef with Kevin Liles, and he's cursing Kevin Liles out and saying, "Oh, that why you got Def Jam on the marquee? That's a Rockefeller tour."
Yeah.
If it wasn't for
again, if we separate his personality, what Dame did for Rockefeller, I'll give him that all day long. But the pure hatred, Jay told you it was coming. You're the one that made all these decisions with Cameron and Dipset and all without Jay's permission.
Well, to be fair, Cam and them spoke on that in that interview. He said it was a conversation him and Dame had, and Cam jumped the gun with that. You know what I'm saying? So Cam did that. That was just like me and you talking about, hey man, hey look man, me and you probably gonna start me and Try man, let's start talking about doing our own show.
Right.
And then me and Av talk about doing our own show. Then Try look up one day like, hold up, nigga. You just stole my co-host? Like, and he was like, yeah, I'm the newest member of the Breaking Beats team. Me and Bartnett gonna get mad more cream. You like, hold up. Man, what? We was doing these shows on Friday nights. Like, nah. Me and Av I'm like, bro, me and Av just talked about or doing a show, and we just said, hey, we're gonna collab a little. We ain't say we was taking your thing yet, or pause. But so I think, but also too, you had said something earlier. I was muted. I wanted you to finish when you was talking about the CEO clothing. Yo, at that point though, Dame had already had the stench on him. You know what I'm saying? The public perception and the shit with Dame, that people just already was like, shit, I'm rolling with the rapper.
Right.
Not the CEO. You know what I'm saying? Or like Dame didn't even make the beats neither. Like, hold up, nigga, you ain't even Irv Gotti of this shit. You're not Dr. Dre of this. People just looked at him like, nigga, you're not even Diddy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But they don't know everything that Dame really did contribute as far as like, yo, we're gonna buy companies and then blow them up and then sell them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we didn't know. Oh, go ahead.
No, but again, I give him the respect in that aspect. He put the battery in everybody's back. But for him to say that Reasonable Doubt nobody cares about, or nobody cares about Jay. The only one thing that I did kind of it's gonna sound crazy.
Hold up. Let me add something real quick. He held on to his Reasonable Doubt shit like the big Joker in Spades, though, didn't he? He said, don't nobody care. You held on to that shit. Like, nigga, you held that shit hostage.
Yeah, because he didn't want to
I want a helicopter. I need 20 pizzas, a case of water, and the Hope Diamond, nigga. like,
and I just don't. Again, Jay tried to buy him out. He didn't like the price. And I know what he was trying to do. Look, Jay might be, you might see him in the Forbes, but that doesn't mean that that's the money he actually has. It's just net worth. You know what I'm saying? When I file my taxes at my job, my net worth is $130,000 a year.
Right.
That don't mean I got $130,000. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I hate when people say that shit, like that whole net worth shit. Dame is the one that messed everything up himself. He destroyed himself. Period. But to say that, like I said, the only thing that he said that I can actually go with was Kanye has done what Jay couldn't do. And he has sold. Jay hasn't sold out an arena without special guests.
Until now, though.
Yeah, but now. But if you look at the time span, Jay's had a head start.
Right.
Kanye and after all the hate that Kanye has gotten,
Kanye he still got his fan base, though. He still got his fan base.
Yeah, and he is the one that could go. I think he's got more solid albums than Jay.
I don't know. He got some trash too. Kanye got some trash also.
Yeah, but I mean, he's got a strong fucking.
He got a strong cycle, yes.
Strong.
I don't. The thing with that is if they had to do a versus now, it would be. What's the word I'm looking for? it's gonna be tainted because Kanye came out in a different era from Jay. So a lot of the songs that we feel from Jay is gonna hit. The young generation might not feel like that because they grew up on Kanye.
And I don't know who's asking for this French Montana and Rick Ross versus coming up.
Ross is watching. Might not even watching it. I want to see the Ross highlights. That's all. I've never been a French Montana fan.
Yeah, me neither. I think French Montana drops corny ass shit.
The thing, and I'm gonna send Mark the interview, the podcast he was on recently, this past week, because it's two guys from Chicago, right? And he said all this stuff. That with his interviews now, it's a little hate speech, and then it's stuff that he did first in the business, right? So when he's telling the two guys, like when it came to Rockaware, the reason why he called it Rockaware was because they didn't want to call it Rockefeller clothing because Def Jam would have gotten a piece of that. So he was like, in order for Def Jam not to get a piece, they called it Rockaware, and instead of them doing the traditional commercial ads, the commercials was the actual music videos with Beanie Siegel and Jay wearing their merch, wearing the clothing line in the videos.
Genius. That was the promo. That was genius.
Yes.
You want to look like the rappers.
Right.
And also too, it was genius the way, like, cause they could have just called it something else.
Right.
You know, they didn't even have to, but they added that rock to it to associate it with the brand awareness. So yeah, man. Genius.
And then when it comes to like the personal side, because he discovered Currency, he saw Currency recently at an event. And he saw Currency got dreads now. He was like, "Why you got dreads? You don't look good with it. You used to be on the bald head nigga Caesar side," and Currency got offended. So that's the part where you was once cool with Currency, you discovered him, and then now you throwing shade at him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
now question for you: would that be Currency being too sensitive? Because Dame is your friend. You know who he is. He talked like that. He was already. You know, that's how he is. He helped niggas build that brand and that image
right
at the time. So that's just Dame talking. That's not nothing like, okay, we're not even friends no more.
He's saying Currency got in his feelings about it though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is that more a Dame thing or is that a more of a Currency thing? Like, damn, bro, you my homie. Like, I think that's I said something about your hair, nigga.
But why? Yeah, but see, if you once you mention it on a platform, everybody's gonna run with it. So now they're gonna be like, oh, well, Dame got beef with Currency.
Yeah, and on top of that,
they didn't ask him about Currency. He just brought it up out of nowhere.
Yeah, he brought it out of nowhere. That's what he told the two guys.
And on top of that, everybody knows Dame is a snapper. That's what he does.
You saw what he did to Charlemagne, right? That whole interview with Charlemagne?
Yeah.
He's talking shit to Charlemagne?
Yeah.
The whole interview, it was like nothing but hatred with Charlemagne. And I know how Charlemagne is. But that whole interview people was laughing at that interview because it was like the whole time he's being rude to Charlemagne, and Charlemagne trying to actually ask him questions.
Yeah, and on top of that, every time he was like, "Well, Charlemagne, you work for another man," and he goes, "But look at you. I'd rather work for the man and have money than not have money." Oh, I got money, and again, still to this day, he still can't make another J.
Exactly.
You said you made J. Okay, well, make another Hove.
Yeah, make another Hove. Right. That was in the song.
Yeah.
You know,
and you can't.
But that doesn't mean that what he's saying ain't true, though. You know what I'm saying?
What part?
Okay, I mean, hey, look, I go outside and I hit a lick. Just because I hit the lick, that don't mean I can hit that lick all the time. Some shit don't mean, sometimes it is the right person, the right time, and who we are as people. And also, you only get one first impression.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, did they ever find another Michael Jackson? Did we ever get another Michael Jackson from Berry Gordy?
No.
Okay. I don't think Clive Davis ever got another Diddy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, Diddy never got another Biggie.
Right.
But I don't think so. Yeah, but we all know he brought us big. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That was his marketing plan. And all of that shit. So that don't mean, and I mean, he tried with Ross. He flipped Ross around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Put Ross on another level. You know what I'm saying? But it's still not big.
Right.
It's not. He tried it with Shine, Jadakiss. Like the list goes on. Loon. Hey, look, tried to make Mace again with Loon.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Didn't work.
Right.
They sold records though. They sold a lot of records. But I mean, just both things could be true. You know what I'm saying? He can't make another J, but he did help AJ.
It's like it's bitter talk, and it's like he wants his respect now for what he did 20 years ago in the business. That's what it comes down to.
Don't we do that all the time? Ain't that what the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame all about? What you've been doing and how long you've been in the game?
In the Hall of Fame for
lifetime achievement awards, like that's what this shit is all about. Like sometimes it takes 20 years to give somebody their flowers when you see where the people are at and how many people came from that Rockefeller tree.
I get it, but he's not Berry Gordy. Berry Gordy had legends on Motown. He only had Jay. Stay Popular, not legends.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Memphis Bleek's not a legend.
He's no Russell Simmons. He's no
and for all the bad stuff that Russell Simmons has allegedly done, he had one of the best labels back in the day with Def Jam.
Yeah, him and Rick. I mean, you can't fuck with that.
I got y'all. And I got you. These guys had a lot of joints, right?
Yeah.
But I look at it, I'll use a boxing analogy, right? What's a good way of putting it? Okay. Who's one of the best boxing trainers ever, off the top of your head, when y'all think of boxing trainers?
Freddie Roach.
Freddie Roach had a lot of champions, right?
Yes.
Okay, and still trains.
Right.
But some would say Floyd Mayweather and Roger Mayweather are two of the best because their guy, their fruit from their tree became the best ever. You get what I'm saying? People like, man, Roger Mayweather, one of the most underrated, like he trained Layla Ali, Floyd. I mean, and shit, Big Floyd trained Oscar De La Hoya and all these other champions too. They never got their credit. They never got trained of the year. And their fruit from their tree. And he only had them two as a trainer. Dad first, then Uncle Roger, then back to Dad. 100% victories. They never get credit for it. But their guy and their shit produced one of the best ever. The best, arguably. You know what I'm saying? And I'll say the same thing with Dame and Biggs, because I think Biggs should deserve a lot of credit too. And he don't really say nothing. I follow Biggs. I think he's super dope. But
yeah, he's super dope. And he doesn't beg for it. He doesn't go on something constantly, say fuck Jay, fuck Reasonable Doubt. No, he talks about,
he should have said that. I don't agree with him saying that. That's wrong. And that's the most hating shit I ever heard. Like, what?
That's all he does.
And he said kids don't listen to him. I'm like, how do you know? You're not a kid. You don't know what, how do you know what kids listen to?
Right. My son knows what Reasonable Doubt is, but I mean, look at his father. But you know,
how about this? Jay got them days in New York where he about to do that show.
Yeah.
At what you doing? Yankee Stadium?
Yankee Stadium,
yeah.
He's doing Reasonable Doubt, ain't he?
Yes.
Okay. And that shit sold out in minutes.
Yep.
Minutes. And tickets are disgustingly priced.
And that means, guess what? Somebody fucking care, my nigga.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody cares. Over like 70,000 plus people care.
Yes.
And even more than that. That's why you can pay that much. Those people paid an arm and a leg, took out loans, swiped the credit card, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. So people care. So I think now that those are sour grapes, and I hate that for him because like it's just at this ripe age, that shit stresses you out and it puts a lot on your body and your mind. You know what I'm saying? It's like walking around with a knot in your back. You know what I'm saying? And you're trying to stretch and pull and get the knot out your back, but it just won't go nowhere. And that shit have turned into a tumor, man.
You gotta let it go. Like, yo, there's mad people from my past that I'm.
Did they bring them up?
Everybody has something that from the past they are just sour about, but it's either you get over it or sit there and let it rot in your brain. And like you just said, Nash, like end up getting cancer or fucking tumor or anything like that. You know what I mean? Like, there's no point.
Right.
There's no point for me to sit here and think about what happened 20 years ago. How I was backstabbed 20 years ago. Man, who cares? Move on. And then maybe he can build something again, but it ain't going to be in the rap game.
He's still talking about like films, Paper Soldiers. And he's still talking about films from like 20 years ago. that nobody even remember
Paid in
anymore.
Full was the only good one. Paper Soldiers was okay. And
did you see Honor Up? You ever saw Honor Up?
Nah, I never seen Honor Up.
I saw that on streaming. I mean, he had I think the Locks was in that. He had Stacey Dash, which is his cousin. She's a Trumpster now.
He was eating Tracy ass.
Stacey Dash is in it. You know what I'm saying? He's talking about movies from 20 years ago. I'm like,
yeah, no, but that's the thing. Another one, living in the past.
Right.
And not looking into the future. Again, if I sat here and said, God, man, when I was hustling, I didn't worry about money. Mm-hmm. I was driving the Infinity with 20s and TVs for no fucking reason. Ralph Lauren, everything. My own crib, studio, apartment. You know what I'm saying? Like, now my thought process is, how am I going to build my kids? How am I going to make sure that I still have a home to come to? You know what I mean? That's
nah, yeah, I feel you, but you still got to treat yourself to some nice things, bro.
No, don't get me wrong. I got nice
what's
things.
the point of working hard, man? We work too hard to get this shit, and you can't take it with you.
But I'm not going to go out and buy. I'm not going to go out and buy a brand new Lexus. You know what I'm saying? That's just me.
I mean, we're in 2026. I would hope you won't.
Yeah, our economy is going to crash.
You got the money. You know, why not?
No, I'm talking about a Lexus, like, period. Like, why would you buy a Lexus? Like, go get a Benz or something. Nigga, go get a Hellcat or something.
First of all, I like reliability.
You love Lexus.
It's 2026. Nigga, I wish I would drive a Lexus right there.
I don't care. My shit,
Lexus is considered old school. It's like an old school.
Nah, I mean, okay. I mean, I ain't knocking it. I ain't hating it. I'm just saying, like, like the way you said it, though, you had said it. The way you said it, it was like a Hellcat or fucking Benz and something. Like, man, a Lexus. I was like, nigga, this ain't 96.
I know, but the Lexus was like the car they have in the 90s. It was a drug dealer car.
Yeah, but
just like I had the Infinity. That was when I started hustling. That was my first hustle car.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Feel me? So those stories wouldn't sound good right now. In 2026, telling those stories, but Dane can still talk about his work with Jay-Z, talking about an Infinity, and with 20s on it.
Yeah. But if I sat here and made a rap song about it,
it was shit back then. It was the shit, nigga.
Yeah. Again, back then.
Hey, look, you remember them 929s or the 626s?
Oh yeah, the Mazdas.
The 929, the 626. Ooh, them shits was fire.
I remember when the Honda Accord hit the market and everybody.
Oh, that shit was crazy.
Honda Accord.
The two-door joint.
And then I remember when Infinity had that one-off with the J30. Shit looked like a spaceship.
Oh my God, the J30.
I had the I30. That's what I
had.
That was
fire too.
Yeah, I had too. But I had that joint. Looked just like the Maxima, but it was an Infinity. You know what I'm saying?
Boy, I had that Hyundai Elantra, and I thought I was something. I had the E-Class. I called it the E-Class. Yeah, they go be the Hyundai.
Yeah. I mean, but to me, I just never been. I like certain Mercedes and I like certain Beamers, but I've never been a big fan of them. I've always been a Lexus guy. Always.
I ain't mad at it. I'm talking shit. I fuck with Lexus.
No,
them shit's reliable as a motherfucker. Them shit's drive. Hey, look, nice luxury, but it drive like a Camry, nigga. That's you can get like 300,000-400,000 miles off of that.
I got $160 on my dash, 18 years old.
See what I'm saying?
That's crazy. So,
I can't. You'd be hard pressed to find a Mercedes with that.
Yeah, you might. It'll be at a salvage yard though. Niggas picking pieces. niggas snatching pieces off it like the last bit of Thanksgiving turkey. Like, yeah, let me just get that little meat right there. Let me get that. Let me get
that fender.
Yeah, I'm gonna get that sun visor right there. Yeah. I need that.
But then
that console.
The E-Class, the E-Classes were always hard to me. I was never really like, even if I had the money, I was never a big Maybach fan. But the E-Class, the way that shit looked, they always made it look futuristic, and it still does. Still look like a spaceship on wheels.
Yeah, Mercedes the first ones to start hitting niggas with them egg lights.
Yeah.
Ooh, them shits were crazy.
And then Beamer was the first one to start hitting everybody with the halogen lights where everybody was going blind and shit.
I will say this. Beamer is innovative, man, but that shit just seemed like they don't last as long as.
They don't.
And they don't last as long as Mercedes. They don't last as long as a damn Dodge or a Ford. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that shit was like, damn, man. It's like, enjoy it, get what you can. Shit, they don't last like a Corvette. You know what I'm saying? Like Vets last. It's like, man, you get that Beamer, man, enjoy that shit for like a couple years and then get rid of it.
But it's sad when an older.
It's like dating Meg Thee Stallion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But it's sad when I can hop in my car and it rides smoother than a new one. It's all different now. All different suspension. It's cheaper made. It's made in Kentucky now. That's why I would never buy ES now.
Bro, I got one of the cars I got is a Buick. Bro, that shit is like a couch on wheels, bro.
Yeah.
My
Buick Regals, the Fifth Aves, yo, the seats in that shit. My grandfather had it.
And the suspension, it's made to float over them bumps for the old folks.
Yep. And them seats were like fucking couches with them big ass. Yo, I dare you to spill something in my grandfather's Buick, his Fifth Avenue. He beat the shit out of you. You know what I'm saying? But it was so comfy, and as a kid, like you said, they're designed to just float right over them damn things. And I'll still rock a Buick Regal today. Don't fuck around. I'll go buy one real quick. I've always had a soft spot for the LaCrosses, the Regals. All them shits was dope, even back then. I'll still rock. Give me that shit. I'll rock it. New or old.
Right.
But but to bring it full circle though, man, you see how energetic that was. That's why Dame tell them old stories, man.
Yeah, I get it. But to add in
other than that, y'all, what you bringing Dame on the show for? To talk about CEOs and pro kids?
Yeah, no. I mean, he was giving them business advice too, though. That's the thing. But it's like a lot of the stuff he mentioned is like from 20 years ago. What I used to do. Oh, don't do this because Ralph Lauren did it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's good though. You can learn from someone else's mistakes, right?
Yeah, but that's the problem with the newer age. They don't learn.
They don't want to learn. Right?
These dudes. Listen, I live in North Carolina now. I literally see dudes walking around with Dracos and AKs and all this crazy shit, walking around in Charlotte.
Crazy.
That shit back home, where I'm from, Massachusetts, yo, you're not walking down the street. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a different. These young dudes don't care anymore. It's 90-something degrees out here. Last week, dudes is in a full face mask.
Pooh Shiesty mask.
Yeah. Full face mask, motherfucking sweatpants on, and a hoodie. Back home, we used to call those crackheads because, you would think that they were hoodied up like that because they were cold from getting the withdrawals.
Yeah.
But down here, it's a regular thing. Young dudes, that's all they do. I just can't. But Nash, we would actually like to have you on the show one day if you wouldn't mind. But we about to hop off.
No problem, man. I appreciate y'all having me on today. Means a lot to me.
Yeah, man. No, anytime you want to come up, man, we always say this is your platform, man. Like everybody can eat. I just don't understand why people are gatekeepers and all this shit. And fuck Vlad. Say it again. Try to know how I feel about Vlad. He fucked up the whole game.
What'd he do?
He's the first dude to start paying people to be on his podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, I know he was the first one. I thought people been paying niggas to come on there.
Nah, man. Vlad was the one that started doing $10, $15, $20, $50,000.
Yeah.
I think the people who started telling them how much they got paid messed the game up.
Yeah, that too. Because people can't keep their mouth shut. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Mm-hmm. I don't understand.
Like Murder Mook with battle rap. He said how much he got paid for that battle. And that shit messed everything up.
Yeah, same with Cassidy. Cassidy did the same thing. When Cassidy went back to battling, he's talking about how much he got paid for it. He made more than the whole audience in a year. Like, you just can't. It don't never stop. It don't stop. That's why I don't even watch battle rap anymore. I can't. It's just not the same.
Hey, look, if Mook and Surf battle, I'm watching that shit.
Oh, yeah, I'll watch that shit.
Whenever Surf about to do his first battle back, I'm gonna watch that because Surf coming straight back. That shit gonna be electric.
Oh, yeah.
And he's talking real spicy on the spaces, talking real crazy up there too.
Yeah,
he was like, yeah, shit goofy since I've been gone, and like he talking that talk, he building it up. So his first battle back gonna be crazy. I feel bad for whoever got to stand in front of that shit.
Yeah, and I also like God used to be my guy with battle rap. God's the Animal.
Goods.
Yeah, good. My bad. I'm tired. See, I'm tired. I've been up since 12:30. But yeah, Goods was my dude for the longest, and I just remember his swagger. It started getting a little tight once it got, but I don't know what happened to the bagginess. Like, give yourself a little room to breathe.
Right.
You gotta have zippers on your pants to get your ankles out. I mean, we need a little bit of breathing room there. That's just my opinion. Nash, if you wear zipper pants, I'm sorry I offended you. A nice clean fit. I just don't understand why that's not in style anymore.
You got to bring it back. You got to show us how it's done, nigga.
Oh, you don't want me to show you.
Hey, look, it's all going on IG. Be a model or something. Show niggas how to get fly.
Listen, I got vintage jeans that motherfuckers don't even know what they are. But what the fuck are those? Yeah, exactly.
Put them on your community post or something like that. You know what I'm saying? show us how it's done, nigga. Hey, look, nigga, I get suited and booted and I be out and about, nigga. I take some pictures, throw them on my community post. Right. Show niggas some freshness.
I respect that.
Hey, nigga, I step out in the velvet blazer or some shit, nigga. I had to ease up on them because I got I'm old school. We like something, we buy every color. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nigga, I got the red one, the black one, the blue one.
The dark purple, yeah.
Yeah, the dark purple joint. Yep.
I love velour, man. I still got True Religion velour suits and shit. I love velour, man.
Man, shit, nigga, I just bought, I be wearing that. I still wear the Sergio shit. Sergio.
Yeah. If I could fuck around and find some Carl Canine Pele joints, and they was in good shape
right now.
Yeah, I know, but
you in New York, ain't you? Ain't you in New York?
No, I'm North Carolina.
Oh, okay. What part?
I live around Charlotte.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't really fuck with shops out here. They don't know how to dress out here. I'm sorry. Them dudes look at me like I'm weird. I'm like, y'all ain't even matching. I can't. I come from an era where we used to have creases in our jeans, like,
right.
You know what I mean? Like everything had to be ironed the night before, ready to go and hang it up.
Do you still wear creases in your jeans?
No. But I'm just saying that's what I grew up in, where everything was clean, pressed, ironed, shoelaces was ready, already laced up, your socks was picked out, everything was laid out right there. You ain't have to touch nothing in the morning. Spray on that Polo Sport cologne or the Cool Water or the Hugo Boss and out the door. That's the generation I grew up in. Now they put on a face mask, tight fucking jeans with zippers on them, and a fucking t-shirt that don't even cover they got a belly shirt on. I just don't. I don't get it.
Yeah, man. I saw one of my homies. He older than me. I saw him somewhere. I said, and I feel bad because I said it as soon as I saw him. I'm on some Dame Dash shit. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But that's just me. You know what I'm saying? I pulled up. As soon as I get out, as soon as I pull up, walk up, and there's other people around, but I don't give a fuck. This is my guy. So he said, "What's up, nigga?" I was like, He said something about what I wear. He said, "Oh, I see you." He said, "I see you got such. I said, "I see you wearing a crop top, nigga." And that's light. You get what I'm saying? I ain't say it was a woman. I ain't say wearing your wife's clothes. Like my mind went there first. I see you wearing your wife's shirt, nigga. But I was like, nah, don't do that. But it was so quick though. I was like, I see you wearing a crop top, and everybody went crazy. But he did have a crop top on.
Because the shit, like, it just like the shirt, your waist is here,
yeah,
and
it's like
supposed to be
like,
right
like
here.
you want me to look at your belt that bad, huh?
Your shit's just like.
That nigga's like, make your eyes look down, nigga. Like that's some gay shit.
Remember when you used to pop up and the water was glistening all over
Yeah,
your
man.
body?
That nigga's like, what you say, man? Water was glistening all over your ball. Nah, man. But yeah, man, that nigga had crop top on, son.
Indian in your family because your hair was so good.
And like the thing is, boy, like 50, dude. You know what I'm saying? He almost 50.
Oh God, that's
you get what I'm saying? Yeah, like dude might be like 49, 50. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we got him out here. We got some that are still stuck.
But he's not gay at all. He just thought that shit was drip. That nigga thought he was fly. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gay. You know what I'm
saying? I get it.
That nigga just was like, yeah, nigga wearing. It's what the young niggas wearing. He had the jeans, the crop top shit.
I mean, there's still dudes out here.
It was like a big baggy shirt though, too. It was like one of them big baggy shirts, but it's cropped. You know what I'm saying? It's still cropped though. It's like right here. You're gonna see this belt, my nigga. You're gonna see this belt.
You're gonna see this BB Simon belt.
Yeah, the nigga had on, he had a designer belt. You get what I'm saying? But hey, look, out of nowhere, he keep doing shit like this.
Yo.
Oh my God.
That nigga will just stretch out of nowhere. He gonna see this belt, nigga.
Wow.
And that's the thing, like when we had a new belt, we always found some way to show it off, but it was like casual. It wasn't all this with the crop top.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you might tuck it in a little bit in the beginning of class and then untuck it afterward because enough people seen it. You know? I remember when boot cut was out and that was the shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? It covered up your shoes and
Tims and shit. Yep.
Yeah,
and then you, if you didn't have a boot cut, you would just cut like a little bit with a
little slit.
Yeah, you just cut it. Yeah. Yep.
And then sometimes I would do that little slit. I would tuck the front and the tongue and have the back hanging out.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was telling somebody this shit the other day. I was like, yo, I don't know who was that, but somebody said something about old niggas on my show. I said, nah. I said, y'all niggas trying to dress like us.
Exactly.
I said, you weren't born when Jordan was playing, nigga.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what we're talking about.
I said, y'all niggas wearing Averex. That's our shit. You know what I'm saying? I said, the jeans and shit y'all wearing, this shit is our shit. That polo, hey, look, y'all want to wear the polo shirts and the hat. Nigga, that's our shit. The Tommy jackets.
Yep.
That's our shit. The baggy, y'all wearing baggy clothes again. Nigga, that was our shit.
Yeah, the Supreme stuff, that was out in the 90s.
That was, man, this shit been out. The track suits. Hey, look, the damn, like the Sergio Tacchini track suits and shit. And like the Timbs, Forces, Dunks, all this shit. This our shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, y'all niggas, the throwback jersey, nigga, y'all dressing like us. We ain't dressing like y'all.
Facts.
Yep. And if it ain't say Mitchell and Ness, hardwood, or it was an official champion with the stitched. Remember they had the paper joints? Remember when you used to have the little tag right here with the champion?
Yep, on the tail joint.
And
it would rip off too. If you wasn't careful, it would rip off.
Yeah, but if that wasn't sewn up, that was not official. Because I remember they had the paper ones.
Yeah.
That people used to get from Kmart and shit, and they thought it was the same. Nah, that's not the same, brother.
Yeah, I didn't know that because we don't have Kmart over here, so I didn't know that they had like the.
Oh my God! So Kmart was like the Walmart of like, you know, it was big back then, and that's where they had like you had your champion and like the Foot Locker joints, the you know what I'm saying, the Filene's, the Macy's, Lord and Taylor, and then you had the Kmart version of like kind of like now you got the Walmart version of a champion hoodie. Then you got the Conehead champion hoodie. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Where you're gonna pay $70-$80
because everywhere they have it though.
15.
Yeah,
you know. Yeah. So and they used to have it was made out of like a waterproof paper material.
Wow.
And it was just stamped.
That's crazy.
It was glued on and stamped.
Right.
It didn't have like the official, you know what I mean? All that shit came from us though.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for hip hop influencing a lot of that, I don't even think we would have been wearing it.
Facts.
That's why I made that video. That shit did nothing, but I was proud of that video because if it wasn't for hip hop, a lot of these clothing lines wouldn't be around right now. Tons of these clothing lines, and not the bougie Gucci Louis shit. Like I'm talking streetwear.
Right.
Tommy Hilfiger didn't want us wearing the clothes. Yeah. Ralph ain't want us wearing the clothes.
Neither did Timberland. Timberland didn't want us.
Yeah, but Ralph Lauren was the first one to hire the biggest black model known in the world.
Right.
Tyson.
Yeah.
Once Tyson came on the scene, it was over.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, man.
That's what it is. But anyways, we're going to head up out of here. Yo, Nash, definitely.
Appreciate it, man. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Want to have y'all on for a special episode. And we will see y'all on the next one. Peace.
Peace.